And welcome in, Gyms and Gymettes, to another exciting edition of No Substitute for Sports. This is episode 12. And yes, I did try some DIY projects over the weekend. You know, the ones you would see on Facebook and Twitter. And then I realized I don't have a table saw, a soldering gun, a flamethrower, or a warehouse to do any of these constructions. So I guess I'm just gonna have to stick to buying stuff on Amazon. My name is Nick Johnston. I'm your host here today. Jam packed as always. Got WrestleMania right around the corner, so we're breaking down the card, everything that we like in between. CM Punk, I think I rang the bell. I said something yet last week about him not defending himself. He defended himself all right. Got some CM Punk drama to dive into. I was wrong about the Bulls. We'll go ahead and revisit that. Bears still got some spending money to do, so we'll talk about that as lightly as well. And where is Lamar Jackson going to go this season? We'll find out later. We'll get to all that, tons more in between. But before we do, let me introduce to you my co-host, as always, the founder and CEO of Fatcast_Streams. That's with the Z. It's Mikey J. Fatcat. How we doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How is everybody out there doing? I wish I could hear you all right now. Woo!
Yeah, no, doing pretty good. Had a fun little weekend. Dabbled in the Impractical Jokers drive tour. That was actually fun. Don't want to spoil nothing because that show is actually pretty cool. But for those who are like, what do they do? They just they shoot around, do some little stand-up bits, kind of talk about the show, obviously, some fan interaction, and overall it was kind of a blast. So I would highly recommend. It was pretty cool. I think they're halfway done with it already, but
Oh yeah.
whatever. It was pretty cool getting to see Sal, Q, and Murr and the boys all together. Actually met the opener. His share last names. I think it was Chris Johnston. I think that was his opener. He was pretty good. He goes, "If you like me, my name's Chris Johnston. If you don't, my name's Bob Saget, and I'll take care of it." So that was probably my favorite thing that he had. So yeah, overall, pretty fun weekend. Pretty good day overall. Yeah, just excited to talk sports, wrestling. Like I said, WrestleMania right around the corner. It's almost one of the best times of the year for wrestling fans. So I mean, yeah, we got that's the big meat and potatoes. We got some appetizers to dive into. If you're good, we can just dive in on that.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Hell yeah, heck yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, first and foremost, I think we started off last week. They won state, but this time they're winning nationals, baby. Congrats again to Justin and Prep High School. Went ahead, like I just said, national champs, baby. That's how you do it. Top off an even better season. Like we were mentioning last week how they won state, doubled down, won semi nationals, and then just won nationals. So that's again just you create double down on what we said last week, create memories, everything. It's irreplaceable. All this time and all this effort, awesome. That's all it's for. So again, Justin and the boys, hats off, congrats. That's amazing. That's everything we want. We want to see that cup at the compound, baby. That's what we want to go see. Stop by and we'll go see that.
You're chugging out of it. Hopefully.
Eat a nice steak off it or something. I don't know if it was the plate that I saw or if they have a nice like Stanley Cup looking thing. So either way, eat some cereal out of it.
Any way you can utilize it.
Either way you can. Seems like it would be fun.
You deserve it, brother.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Again, national champs. Without congrats. Let's see. On to some other stuff in these appetizers. Oh boy, it feels like 2003. Slam ball coming back. Gonna be a 6-week regular season, if I'm not mistaken, followed by a 1-week playoff over in Vegas. I mean, like I just said, bring back Spike TV, put Raw, and put this show back on it. And along with all the amazing Spike originals, Mansers, The Thousand Ways to Die, what was the other ones? Like Deadliest Warrior. That was probably one of my favorites.
I love that.
Yeah, just kind of like I said, just more nostalgia. Give me an Allen Iverson T-shirt and a copy of that and one street mixtape, and let's pretend it's 2003 all over again. Yeah, no one will ever find us or harm us there. That's where we want to keep us, nice little safe spot. So, like I said, I'm excited for some slam ball, like a little bit of nostalgia, some people knocking each other on their arse and just jumping on these trampolines. These are some fun highlights, even though it was only on TV for like 2 years. I think they had like a 4 or 5 year run as a whole thing. So excited for slam ball, Mikey.
Yeah, it just seems so much fun.
Look at my background, dude.
They literally have I mean, like, try to do this in like the 2K mode where they would have like the stuff you could bounce on in the cages and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this literally it's gonna be awesome. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
how could it not be fun?
Yeah, again, I like I said, I wish I would remembered it and was able to retain it, but I was we were 5, 6 years old when it was on the telly. So
I hope
this
that there's
again.
some notable people that join it. Like it would just
Oh
be
yeah.
crazy if like Nate Robinson was in it or something. Just like
Yeah.
some old basketball players.
That would be pretty rad. Yeah, exactly. Some people that can still get up there, still move around, maybe like Isaiah Thomas or something like not the old Isaiah Thomas, the Boston Celtic Isaiah Thomas,
Yeah,
I
the
suppose.
short guys, this is great for
Oh,
them.
yeah,
Just
this is
bounce off the
theirs.
trampoline.
Absolutely. And even then, yeah, even got the bigger guys too, the 6'9", 6'9", even 7-footers, maybe even getting involved and knocking everybody over. This is gonna be exciting. I can't wait. So
Oh,
I
that'll be
don't know. I
fun.
don't remember what it's gonna be on, but yeah, it's gonna be a nice little 6 week thing. It'll be cool. Uh
Hell yeah.
moving on here. I don't know if you're over on the Whatnot app, and I don't know if you don't know what that is. It seems pretty cool if you're like a collectibles guy like myself.
Hmm.
They had a little bit of controversy. The retail kings thought they were slick pulling out some cards. And again, I don't know if you're maybe I'll paint the picture a little bit better for you. Again, if you're not on Whatnot, it's one of those apps where you can like go on there. People are doing live auctions for basically anything: cards, card breaks, Funko Pops, figures, just whatever. Probably even beyond that, like clothes and other stuff like that. But whatever. Uh, Retail Kings thought they were slick enough to do some pack pulling, and they got caught right away opening the pack blatantly on air. You can see the video went viral on Twitter. I wish I had it ready on guard, but uh pulls a couple of cards. You can see just again blatantly has it right in front of our faces, right in front of the camera. Pulls it just completely behind his back. Pulls out a card, comes back, and then there's just one less card. Just again blatantly one less card being pulled again. I don't know. I don't know
What the?
exactly the value, but it was a downtown card in these Prism or NFL packs. Either way, disgusting, dirty behavior. He has been banned, and it was reported. He got caught, reported, and banned all on the app. Whatnot even replied on Twitter, said the whole thing. So yeah,
Hmm.
bad on you, shame on you, retail kings. That was the name of the guy. And
Retail Kings.
yeah, I mean, not really much of a big deal to even get his name right since he's not even going to be on the app or whatever. So yeah, shame on
Fuck
you.
them.
Have you ever done anything like that? I mean, not what Retail Kings has done. Have you ever been involved in like an auction type thing on one of those pack cards? Yeah, I don't. Sometimes I don't
Uh,
really trust those.
no, I've seen some of my buddies will do it, and I'll join the live just to like see what they get.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never done it personally.
I think I've done one on Facebook, and but yeah, like I said, it wasn't exactly a scam. I just didn't get like a good pull, so I was like, I'm not going to do that anytime soon. The Whatnot people, they're pretty trustworthy, so I still got my free $10 stuff that I haven't spent on anything just yet. So yeah, good on Whatnot for actually keeping some credibility, keeping the bad people off there. There you
Hmm.
go. Last little quick little appetizer. Hopefully you're not too full just yet. Dean
I ain't.
Blandino. Dean Blandino, currently the head of the XFL, I guess. What would it be called? The officiating replay person. That's horrible.
Hmm.
Dean Blandino is the guy that will go ahead and review all the replays and make a decision. He got caught with a hot mic oops, basically saying outright that, yeah, we actually got that one wrong as he was being cut to. They talked about it, still had the mic on, cut back to the broadcast, and then exactly you just heard this, like, oh, we actually got that one wrong. And then sounds like a shuffling to turn the mic off, and then goes ahead and the mic goes dead. So oops
Wow.
on Dean Blandino's side. I'll try and, if for those who are looking around, as I get your thoughts on it, I can pull up what game that was related to. What have you ever been caught with a hot mic there, Jim? What?
That's ridiculous.
Absolutely. Again, he's gotta go ahead and do that. It was the oh my god. It was either the Roughnecks Defenders or it might have
Oh, it was the
been,
XFL
yeah, it was
game.
an XFL game. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was a Sea Dragons Guardians game. That's what it was. The Sea Dragons and the Guardians. Yeah. Either way, if you not a good look. I know they're trying to be
They're
XFL, trying to
trying
be.
their
They're
best,
trying,
man.
and honestly, they're doing their best. It's not. It hasn't been an entire. It hasn't been a circus. So to their credit, having stuff like that, I guess you get a couple of mix ups. You get a couple of oopses. If the NFL has taught us anything, you get a couple of mistakes, I suppose. So you got to be a little fair.
I
Either
saw a
way.
video in the XFL of them. The refs gave some guy like an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty because he squirted water on one of the refs. And they had their conversation, and he was
Yeah.
just like, "Number three squirted water on me."
Yeah.
Like he's like, he squirted water on you.
I do want to see the proof of them actually squirting water, but then they cut to him and he has one of those water bottles that you can easily squish and spurt out water. So I'm like, oh man. I
He
mean,
also didn't seem like he was mad about it. Like he wasn't like, "What the
yeah,
hell, man?" So
yeah.
I
He was
was like,
not,
this
he
guy
wasn't trying to
definitely
defend
did
himself
it.
at all. Yeah, he got caught handed the cookie jar straight up. Poor guy. Uh
Uh, just thought that was funny.
Yeah, no, I guess for everything, they still get to keep their beer snakes or their beer cup snakes. So that's pretty cool. They're the founders of that. So yeah, I mean, we said again, had some pretty bright spots in the XFL between what we wanted to incorporate in the NFL almost like 2 months ago now that we talked about that, and what a week or two ago, Battlehawks, big like almost 40,000 people in St. Louis showed up.
Mm,
So that's pretty solid for your
yeah, that's
second
awesome.
third inaugural year. It's okay. It's a little patchy. Uh, if you're good on appetizers, you're good on XFL right there. We can hop into our meat and potatoes. We can happen in the main course over here if you're good.
Yeah, fuck yeah, let's hit it.
Awesome, awesome. I'll make a quick, I guess, dealer's choice. We can plow through maybe some MLB really quick. I had two quick things on that. I got some NFL and some NBA. What do you want to stab through? Probably NFL is the big one. So I don't know if you wanted to do small, then me small, big, large, small, big, small. I think we can probably do that. How's that sound?
Yeah, what do you want to start with the Sox and the Cubs, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said
I
there's
got
not too
got some
much
quick
on there.
thing. Yeah, I got some quick thing in the MLB world, in the MLB realm. Nothing too crazy. Obviously you got opening day as we are recording 2 days away. I know Troy's been updating us 2 or 3 days away. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Numbers and words are hard.
I'm
That's
not
how it is.
sure. Are the Sox Thursday or are we? Because I think that the Sox are like April 2nd opening day or April 3rd, and I think the Cubs are Thursday, or
Hmm.
if I'm not mistaken.
Let's take a
But
double quick see.
just so we can
Uh,
confirm live on
Yeah,
here.
opening day for the White Sox would be Friday the 31st. Oh, excuse me, Thursday the 30th is
Okay,
yeah.
so the home game is probably April 3rd opening day. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, April 3rd opening day against San Fran. That's gonna be our
Hmm.
opening series.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
Cubs they have opening day at Wrigley Field.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so. Yeah, so looking like Thursday is gonna be our start of the
Yeah,
season.
I
I think
got confused
Wednesday.
there for a second earlier. I saw that at work. I thought that was opening day. That makes sense.
Excuse me. Yeah, no. Yeah, opening day brings opening day rosters, and that means, well, we're kind of looking to see, and we didn't see a usual suspect, usual name that we always see. Leury Garcia left off the opening day roster. I guess I don't know. Maybe a call up. I didn't actually see. I wish I take again taking a double check. I should have probably taken a look at the roster itself, but maybe some young guys, maybe relying on Romy Gonzalez or something like that. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't seem like too much skin off our bones. We've kind of been there, done that, seen all we can kind of get out of Larry. And I'm not saying he's bad or anything. Don't want to. It's not like need him off the team bad. It's just that'll do. You've done your part. You've done so much that we could. I guess our big moment they'll leave off on is that playoff game hitting that 3-run shot straightaway center. I mean, it's a good little I guess memento to leave off on. So there you go. I mean, like I said, it was a season or two ago now, but Tough one. I also did like the one picture of all three Garcias going out to the outfield. Hasn't happened since. So now they're all gone as of now. I'm sure not the last of Leury Garcia, maybe not even the last of him in a White Sox uniform, but for right now, Leury Garcia not on the opening day roster. Any thoughts on that one?
I mean, I trust this new manager, I feel like he's already way more involved than Tony La Russa was, and I trust if if he doesn't have him in the opening day lineup, then there must be a reason, there must be something that they're seeing that we aren't from these other players. So, I trust them as a fan. If they think that they're putting together the best lineup possible, then that's what we want to see.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Again, tons of these young guys having hot spring trainings. Like I said, off the top of my head, just Oscar Colas, even though he's like a center fielder, integrate him at second base or something like that. Not that bad, or even just give guys like Benintendi and Luis Robert, who I would hope are going to get at least 140 games, if not a whole entire season out of them. So just stuff like that. Between him and Romy Gonzalez, they tried to integrate him last year towards the end of the season. He's had a couple of good power spots this year, so I like that. And then I'm digging Sebi Zavala as our backup catcher. I've had a nice soft spot for him these past couple seasons. So that was basically it on that. If you had nothing else on that, again, I'm kind of with you. I'm gonna trust Pedro Greifel as a manager to get these guys into shape. He knows exactly what they want to do. They're not just going to sit on their hands. They know they have talent here, and it's just not like maybe I would hope, like I said a couple weeks ago, just maybe this people being down and out on them. Hopefully, that just sparks a fire in them. I'm sure a couple other people like Lance Lynn isn't too keen on everyone being down on the White Sox, fans, just writers, and everybody else, Vegas in general, just expecting them only have like an 82 win season, it's just shit like that. So prove them wrong. Lucas Giolito got slimmer. He'll be looking to go, having a bigger year than
Come
last.
on, Giolito.
And then Dylan Cease going to be our opening day starter. I think he's going to be an absolute dog. I know our pitching got a little bit lit up during spring training, but that's not going to be any sort of like preemptor for again. Hopefully that was a word, but that's not going to be painting the picture for what's going to be the remainder of the season. A lot of time, a lot of ball game. That's why we play 162. So there you go. I'll leave it until we get our, like I said, first opening series. We'll be able to talk about them against the Astros won't be having Jose Altuve for some time. And then, pending, let me see some other stuff. Yeah. Next Tuesday would be the 4th. Yeah. Again,
Jose Abreu home run in the first game against the Sox.
You're calling it? Yeah, I'm sure.
Say gamble responsibly. Jose Abreu's gonna go long on us.
Yeah, I mean, I would think even in not in a White Sox jersey, even more in the Houston Astros jersey. I think it was first pitch ball. If you can get live action on pitches, first pitch ball to Jose Abreu was a given almost every single time. Just like it would be first pitch in play for Tim Anderson. That's it was almost a given too last year. First pitch strike for Luis Robert almost all the time. He likes swinging.
Tim Anderson.
Tim Anderson, yeah, from usually, like I said,
he's always swinging.
He's always swinging too, or like I said, you get the first you get ball to be in play or something like that. It's usually nice plus money. He's always, like I say, he always gets it into a line.
Gamble responsibly, everybody.
Do it responsibly. Make sure you're doing it on Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers. Make sure you follow the link and do bit.ly /no sub bets. You go ahead and sign up as long as you are 21 years or over. You can go ahead and we'll do that in Illinois. And you also got, if you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. It's for a risk-free bet up to $500. They'll match that. Make sure you do that. You'll deposit $25 or more.
Make sure you do that, please.
Make sure you do it responsibly. Do
all 500.
Oh. I mean, yeah. There you go. Do that. Double down. Get some. Yeah, you enjoy a nice little night on the town. There you go. Don't tell the missus where the money came It's
Mm-hmm.
it's a shush shush. Last quick little one in the MLB world. Even just I don't know, like I said, not the big Cub fan over here at all, but figured might as well just because we're the Chicago oriented a little bit. Nico Horner getting extended 3 years, 35 million. Good for the Cubbies. I guess it's good for them.
It's a
So
good deal.
yeah, honestly, not that bad. I think he's a young kiddo. I'm sure Bill would probably be approving. He'd have 2 thumbs up. So there you go. I think that's a good move for them. They're looking to make some noise. Like I said, they're not expected to do anything too crazy. Most likely, the Cardinals winning the division with the Milwaukee Brewers hot on their tail because they got some solid pitching, but they got to work on those bats. But either way, maybe they can make some noise. You got some young kids, and you got Bellinger. But yeah, Bellinger. They just need some.
Swanson. They
Yeah,
got
Dansby
some decent
Swanson.
players this
Yeah, obviously,
offseason.
is Suzuki. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I think he's injured as of right now, but I think he
Mm,
might be coming back. I think they just got to get some pitching going. They just got to get some pitching going.
yeah.
So yeah, they'll be looking to make some noise. And I'm sure we'll check in as the season goes along with our buddy Bill. And
Yeah.
and I know like the Kentucky season is over with, but I'm sure Troy will still check in on the White Sox and help us out over there as well. So there you
We
go.
need you, Troy.
There you go. Awesome. All done in MLB realm. I'm sure there was a couple more, but who cares? We'll get to some chunky and some good NFL news. Let's see. I get started off with the main one that everyone's been going on about these past couple days. Where's Lamar Jackson gonna play? Where's Lamar Jackson gonna play, Mike? Where's Lamar Jackson
Oh,
gonna play? You got him in a Chicago. Oh, sorry, I was misreading it.
I
There
wish
you
I
go.
had a Photoshop jersey or something,
Yeah,
but
no,
I
I
don't know.
always love the
But
fake ones that they always that they'll put up. They're just crudely made with them, and then I love the comments that follow, like, "How did you get that so well?" Yeah, no, sorry. What were you gonna say?
no, you're fine. Yeah, I mean, he just recently announced that he did request a trade back in March 2nd, I think it was. So he
Correct.
does not want to play there. I mean, I'm I don't know how it's gonna. I feel like they have to trade him at this point, and I don't know how it's gonna work to keep him on the team anymore. He clearly doesn't want to be there. So, I mean, if they don't trade him, then he'll probably could just like sit out the whole season or something and just like fuck them over.
No,
So,
that's exactly the thing. With him being franchise tagged like he is, he's either sitting out the season or he's gonna play with the Ravens. And if, well, like he just said, with him asking for the trade, doesn't look like he's gonna want to play for the Ravens. So they're gonna have to ship him out for something.
so he should go to the Commanders, the Colts, or the Patriots, right?
Yeah, I guess those are some good ones right there. Yeah, I don't know why or how the Commanders haven't done anything. We were saying this right beforehand how if he just goes to really anything anywhere in the NFC, you can probably argue that they're going to be a playoff team. I
Mm,
know, like made mention to it a while ago, the teams that weren't going to be making moves like Atlanta, If you got a pretty solid, pretty solid core of a couple names, Cordell Patterson getting a little older, but he's still got Tyler Algier running the ball. You got the Kyle Pitts. Are
mm-hmm.
going to be there. My Drake London as well, as young as that was his rookie season. Could have made moves right there. I know Seattle went ahead and locked up Geno Smith. They should just dump that and got Lamar Jackson instead. They definitely got wish version of Lamar Jackson with Geno Smith.
Hell,
Uh,
the Jets should just drop Rodgers and try to trade for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, honestly, they're kind of painting themselves into a corner. The Packers are too. I mean, they're done. We'll get into that about Aaron Rodgers completely ghosting the Packers president. I mean, he's
Mm.
went ahead and said that Jordan Love is going to be the guy. So again, that's good news. Good news for Bears fans, as we like hearing that.
Ooh.
I mean, Jared Goff is going to be the starter for Detroit. Unfortunately, Minnesota isn't going to move on from Kirk Cousins. Tampa Bay decided that Baker Mayfield's their guy. Carolina could still do something. New Orleans, I don't know. Again, if they feel Derek Carr is their guy, so be it. Brock
Mhm.
Purdy in San Fran. Again, why do you want to commit to this guy? I mean, why? I think it is crazy, and then everyone's throwing up the conspiracy flag of these owners don't want to spend or pay Lamar Jackson the guaranteed money that he wants. And I guess that seems to be the case. I can't say for surezen. You could also argue that he doesn't have a legit agent, which I did like that the league had to go out and say something. They had to go give out some message to all the owners saying like, hey, don't talk to so and so. He's not representing Lamar Jackson. So some fake
Yeah, there's
some
a
fake
fake.
agent. And then yeah, Lamar Jackson went ahead and said, "Yeah, this guy he was never representing me." Like what? He went ahead and confirmed it on his Twitter. So yeah, just crying, laughing emojis. Like you guys are stupid. And sure enough, like I said, where should he play? Literally could play anywhere in the NFC, and then I think they would be a playoff team. Of the teams you mentioned, you said the Colts, and then you said
Washington, Colts, and I
Washington.
think Patriots just because they've been talking about him.
Oh man, I mean, I would say best case scenario. I would probably say the Commanders because
'Cause they have a
we
good offense. If they don't have to get rid of McLaurin or
they locked him down for like 3 more
yeah,
years. Like
so
yeah.
like just so if they could just trade some draft picks and figure something out and get Lamar Jackson, I mean, he immediately would make that offense like just very dangerous.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. We got God, why can't I think of the
I
rookie
don't
that
know.
was
Yeah, I
just
feel like
playing?
there's other people I
There's
just
a
can't think
rookie,
of.
the rookie receiver that they just had. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Antonio Gibson is still there.
They got
They'll
Brian
have Brian
Robinson
Robinson
Jr.
Jr. He got shot, but he's lucky. I mean, he
I have to
recovered.
look it up now. What's the
Yeah,
other
it's gonna
receiver?
bother the piss out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas at tight end. They have a solid core on the offensive
Yeah,
side.
they have Jahan Dotson and they
That's the
have
name,
Curtis
Jahan Dotson.
Samuel.
Thank you, and Curtis Samuel. He's Debo esque like player. I mean, he
So
can
if they
kind of
put
throw
Lamar
him
Jackson
anywhere.
on that team and he's quarterback of that offense, immediately they're
And
dangerous.
with Eric Bieniemy, like an
Mm.
offensive minded head coach, wanting to probably make a statement, being his first year at head coaching, like man, that would just be perfect right there. I feel, and again, if you like just to
Not the worst
yeah, just
defense.
to support that idea, go to New England and what you still got Buffalo to deal with. I would argue maybe throw them on Miami if Miami wants to move on from
They
maybe throwing it. I know
won't.
it would be crazy to have another quarterback for quarterback type trade where they had just what Jared Goff and Matt Stafford a year or two ago. Obviously worked
That
out for the
would be
Rams.
wild as
Yeah,
hell.
that would be pretty crazy for Miami to want to pull the trigger on that. But I mean, if he goes to New England, that's a very tough AFC East division. Really, anywhere in the AFC. But I guess the Colts would probably be the go-to place. I see that division besides the Jags, who are going to get better. You can maybe even argue that you could slide in, match them if you have Lamar Jackson in that situation. Again, same thing where they got young guys. They got Jonathan Taylor, a pretty solid stacked Colts defense. They after a while they can get together, and they're playing in a dome. That's pretty fun too. It's a little
Mm.
icing on top. Ah, I mean, yeah, just considering that Houston's going to be, even with their additions and their young draft picks that they'll have, they're not going to be a threat anytime soon. Tennessee's, I think they're on the downtrend. They're completely
Goodbye,
done.
Tennessee.
Yeah, so you're really only your competition is playing 2 games against the Jags 2 times out of the year. So that's doesn't if you can split or if you can get 2-0 on them, that's pretty good. And they seem to hold their own within the division even when they are pretty bad.
And I honestly hope a trade happens. I'm tired of this bullshit beating around the bush. Like, just these teams make a call to fucking make a trade and get one of the best
I
quarterbacks in the league.
I
Fuck
think
it.
you're talking. I think you're trying to. You might be. What
That's
would
a
be the
little
word? You're. I
biased.
think you're projecting onto Aaron Rodgers
Yeah,
right
that
there,
sounded a
but
little too close to a situation
beating
I'm
around the
currently
bush. These
involved
New
in.
York teams. I mean, these teams don't want to get
No, we have the leverage.
exactly. You think that? That's the thing. I mean, screw. I might as well get in there right now. Aaron Rodgers ghosting the Packers. How are we feeling on that, Jim? I mean, this is went ahead. The president was it the president of the Packers went ahead and
Yeah, he
said,
said we're trying to call Aaron Rodgers and he's locked up in a hobbit hole and we can't get in contact with him. So what else is he supposed to do?
"Yeah, I mean, again, music to Bears fans' ears that this is basically all but signed, sealed, and approved. Basically, just waiting on what the trade picks are gonna be, and then
Yeah, and why you want the first rounder?
they want
I
first
want
rounders, they
I
want
want
second
that first
rounders.
rounder.
I've heard it could be second rounders that if he plays X amount of years afterward, they can turn into first rounders. So I mean, yeah, Packers and Packers fans might still be having to root for Aaron Rodgers in some sort of sense. So that kind of again feels a little right, feels a little fun. But this is beyond ridiculous. This is beyond like look at me type deal. Again, just getting ridiculous and ridiculous. And I would like to as I was trying to say in my mind, stray away. Don't talk about Aaron Rodgers until this is done deal. But this has just been so again, ridiculous is the word to put around this. This is an absolute circus show for them to just again, just basically confirming my bias and confirming all of our thoughts that this guy's an asswipe a little bit. Like just the lack of professionalism right there. Did not even call him back, answer. Like, what, you do not have the president of the Green Bay Packers saved on your phone, dude? It's one of those things where like I don't pick up numbers I don't
Oh,
recognize.
Goodsy's texting me. I'm in a hole. Yeah. He doesn't even,
Sorry,
he didn't
can't
have his
see.
phone, man. He's explaining it on the Pat McAfee podcast. He said he didn't have anything. And
He's
then he said
out now. He can talk. He can pick up the phone now.
he was when he had the
The
big
phone works both
reveal
ways,
on the
my
Pat
friend.
McAfee podcast about like him going on the show. He was talking about like I finally got out of the retreat and I got to like the nearest shack with the 1 bar of Wi-Fi and I was getting a lot of texts from players saying they're shopping you. So like I'm like, what do you expect? What do you think? You think that they're just gonna sit around and wait? Like what? It made me so mad. Like, what do you think that they're gonna do? You're upset that they're shopping, looking for options to trade you because you're not answering them at all because you've been locked away for like a week. Like, it's just like, what the hell, man? You're a
Oh my
fucking
god.
NFL quarterback. Like, I don't give like take your fucking phone with you. Probably like it just makes me so I can't. We talk about this so much. I just want this to be over.
I just love hearing you sounded just defeated on this after like you said, just being there, just hearing the Packer fan just saying fuck this. I just love is again music. You love it.
I want
Absolutely
it to
love it.
be over. So
Yeah, it's a
now I'm
nightmare.
just gonna mention I'm gonna bring up this now.
Yeah, sure.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think I accidentally hang on. Let me bring it back up one
No
second.
problem.
But yeah, there was this video. Here we go. Did you see the Andy Reid recently at the head, like all the head coaches were taking pictures. They took like the pictures of all the head coaches and everything, and they were interviewing all the head coaches and stuff. So there's this video recently of Andy Reid, and they were just asking him about Jordan Love, and I didn't think it was real at first, but
Okay.
like he genuinely doesn't know who Jordan Love is, and
Oh
he literally
Jesus.
played against the Chiefs like 2 years ago. But I'm gonna play this video just because
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah,
Let's
and like I
see.
mean, if I can remember right, I think Jordan Love went down, and then mid game, Patrick Mahomes went down or something like that. I remember I was at work and I was like, oh no, that's not good. Is the share screens not working for you?
Hmm. Oh, it says it's loading.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I just realized I was playing this. Come on.
You're okay, boss.
No, it's not.
There we go. Uh, like I
Well,
said, no bit.ly/ no sub bets while we're trying to figure out this
this
video.
doesn't load, then
If it don't load, it's okay. One
Let me
risk-free
try one
bet
more
up to
time.
$500 when you deposit $25 or more. You go ahead, must be in Illinois, must be 21 and over, and you got a gambling problem. 1-800-GAMBLER. Again, that's for Bet Rivers. Helps us out over here at No Substitute for Sports, and helps you out. Gets you a couple more extra dollars in your pocket as long as you know what you're doing. Probably end up I don't know, probably more relying on the Bulls games and stuff like that when it comes to gambling. They've actually been winning, but again, we'll get into some stuff like that a little bit later. Yeah.
Yeah, this video is cooking me right
This
now.
video's cooking you up. That's okay. If you're able to do it, it'll pop up in any sort of time. But if not, that's fine too. Got a couple more quicker things to get into NFL wise, and then we'll shoot over to NBA realm and finish off with the wrestling like we usually do. Let's see. Like I said, while you're bringing that up, we can go through some quick things, quick thoughts. ESPN decided to alert me that Bobby Wagner is coming back to Seattle for a year. Good for him. I mean, like I said, nothing too crazy in the LA realm, in LA Rams realm. Tried to sneak in another ring, couldn't. And well, I guess you go back to Seattle, the Shadow realm, but it's not going to be too bad. I kind of brought this up. I think I didn't. Jordan. I mean, our boy Julian Love went ahead and signed with Seattle. So I mean,
Yeah.
I said this when they went ahead and did that. They were an under. They not a lot of people thought that they had as much as they thought. They definitely didn't think it was going to be in any. They were going to be in any sort of wild card spot. So get a get a veteran like Bobby Wagner, been there, was there for the Legion of Boom, there for the ring, in Seattle, and just let him be the vet that gets these guys going. At least on the defensive side, they were very rookie oriented, and then like I said, adding, I guess you can say, almost a vet on this end. I don't know if he's past his rookie contract, but he's been in the league for some time. Julian Love, so good for them. Good on Seattle, bulking up right there, and then I mean. I guess it is a bus driver move situation with Geno Smith, but I think Kenneth Walker is going to be a dog. Tyler Lockett, even coming off of the hand, it was either his hand or his finger that they had surgery on, came back 2 weeks later and played and had a pretty solid game. And of course, DK Metcalf is a dog. So that
Mm.
offense, that defense, they could make some noise. Besides San Fran, everybody else in that division is kind of weak. So that's
Yeah.
pretty good. Any thoughts on Bobby Wagner coming back?
Yeah, I thought that was cool and funny at the same time, just
Yeah.
because he literally left to try to get a ring and they completely got cooked, right? And then it's just like, I'm gonna go back to Seattle, who actually did good.
Yeah, I mean he knows everything, field general, so
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure
already
he'll
knows how it works, so
step right back in like riding a bike. He never even left, something like that. There you go. Quick, some more quick things. New rules around the league, but I think this went ahead on Twitter. The Adam Shefty tweet that went out. If you got those alerts, some stuff about fourth downs being able to be reviewed. That's pretty cool. Or fourth down conversions, if they're failed, they can be reviewed. I guess that wasn't a thing. Pushing with your helmet, launching, but the one that's being thought of as pretty cool, the number 0. You can be the number 0. Any player can wear the number 0 now. So that's pretty cool. I think they already announced
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley and Carolina already going to be rocking number 0. So that's pretty cool. Again, more freedom to the players. If they like it, that's all power to them. I thought that was,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think honestly having these college like numbers for a season or two, just being like, who's number 4? Why is who the Oh, it's Eddie Jackson now. Yeah, he's not 39 anymore. Yeah, that's right. So just small things getting used to like that. But now that people are kind of set in stone with their numbers, it doesn't seem like all too much of a people getting readjusted to it. So pretty cool. New rules. Any other new rules or just this number thing pop out at you?
Um, Not necessarily. I'm good. And it's just they all sound pretty. I didn't hear about those, honestly. This sounds pretty good to me. And
Yeah,
yeah, the
honestly,
number.
nothing too crazy. Nothing that's like pitcher timer esque comparable between the MLB and NFL. No real crazy rule changes like that. They're not making the pylons of 40 inches bigger like they would the bases or something crazy. They're not like, oh, you can make a catch with no hands now. Like, no, it's anything. It's not. It's
One
nothing.
foot in like college.
Yeah, exactly. Like now a catch is if they just throw the ball and it makes contact with your body, that's a catch, and then there you go. Just nothing too crazy like that. Just like things that are like small changes, like leaving your feet launching is considered like being just off of both feet or just off of 1 foot now or something like that. So making it a little bit safer, obviously, with stuff like that. So speaking of
Oh
safety, Saints
and the
medical staff.
numbers, I love the numbers too.
Oh yeah, the number changes. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
Let everyone wear whatever.
yeah, honestly, I like in college when I think it was like the Georgia, like the kicker and the placeholder 99 and 98. Like, yeah, that's awesome. Love that. That's so rad. That's
that is
intimidating.
cool.
You got a kicker coming out. He's number 99. Like that's crazy. He's either got to be number 1 or number 99 in my mind.
Yeah,
That's got to be a kicker's number. Let's see. Like I said, ruined my transition, but that's okay. Since my Saints medical staff went ahead and found Hodgkin's lymphoma during Foster Moreau's physical. This isn't actually the first time they went ahead and saved a player's life during these physicals. So just wanted to say hats off, tip of the cap to the Saints medical staff. Obviously, Foster Moreau, former tight end for the Raiders, now on the Saints. He's going to be stepping away from football to deal with this health concern. All the power to him. Obviously, that's what we heard. That's what they're there for. So just again, just obviously I guess just tip of the cap to people doing their job and doing their due diligence, and yeah, power of the Saints medical staff. That's it's just good to hear that that everyone's getting taken care of or something like that. So that's what we want to hear, obviously. So good on that. Just want to say that. Any thoughts on that, Jim?
yeah, that's all. I mean, that's cool. He was just going in there to practice to try to see to work out with the team, and they just ended up catching that. So that was that's cool.
Yeah,
It's good that they're able to notice that. I mean, it's a horrible thing, obviously.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But being I don't want to, just being optimistic, treatable, and just want to be, be optimistic and everything. So he'll hopefully, just want to let him get better, let him be with his fam. Then he'll definitely, obviously, he'll consider bring a football back in his life anytime soon. So focus on the health there, Foster. That's what we want to see. He's good. He's a good player, but then obviously health comes first. Yeah. I wish I remembered off the top of my head but of course there's again Adam Schefter or whoever else on Twitter basically a plethora of what the Saints medical staff is able to figure out with other players, and this isn't the first time they were able to basically save someone's life. So this is pretty cool. So go ahead and check that out on Twitter. I wish I had a link or something like that off the top of my head, but just probably one of Adam Schefter's tweets that he came out with a couple days ago. So maybe just look on that. And I think this might be the last one. I had some Bears talk, but I think we'll kind of just wrap it up with this one. I don't have anything too crazy on the Bears, just other than they got $45 million to spend. It's either going to be between their draft picks or crossing our fingers between Derrick Henry or maybe Austin Eckler. I would love Austin Eckler, obviously, but either one of those could be pretty solid. And then obviously a mixture of just paying our draft picks along the way. Otherwise, $45 million to avoid a cap issue. So that's what we need to spend. So the Bears aren't done is basically what I'm saying. I wish I could look into my crystal ball. Wish I had one in general, but do not. And I don't have anything off the top of my head of who they should still be going for or anything like that. I'm sure everyone else is jumping around and everything like that. But I keep hearing through the wickets, through the bushes that Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, all these big halfback names are still being shopped and shipped around. That's still a big spot for the Bears to be landing one of these two guys. So I'll hope. I mean, it's not like we need them necessarily. I was saying that the last time. I like Khalil Herbert. I like Deontay Foreman. And Tristan Ebner. But obviously adding one of these two crazy in terms of fantasy football first round caliber names, I would love it. So either way, that's what the Bears got to do. Anything on that?
I mean, yeah, the Bears have been, we all know they've been having a great offseason, and yeah, they still have the most amount of money out of anyone. So I don't know if they have to necessarily use it all this offseason. Let some of it go over to the next, but
No, it's just like I said, they just need to spend 45 million more just because it's like the way that they do cap. I just learned this year too. They have to spend X amount of dollars, not within a year. It's over a span of 3 years, and it's averaged out. So again, the Bears,
hmm,
to avoid any sort of violation slash getting fined for not spending enough or something like that, they got to spend 45 more million dollars. So 45 million more dollars.
hmm.
There you go. That's basically what we had on that. And again, I would love, all the plethora of picks that we end up drafting. I'm sure they'll end up getting paid in any sort of sense. Obviously, the ninth overall is going to get a nice little paycheck. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have their numbers off the top of my head, but Derrick Henry and Austin Eckler are probably going to get paid in some sort of sense. So get them, get the payroll ready, and get it going. So there you go. Last one, Bijan Robinson, top running back prospect, most likely going to go probably in the first round this year. He has his own mustard, his own Bijan mustard sauce. Bijan Mustardson. Will you be enjoying some Bijan Mustardson sauce with a hot dog over this during the summer or during the fall when we watch some football this year? How you like that?
No.
I know it was gonna be a no from you probably because you get chicken tenders without or you get hot
Buffalo
wings.
sauce,
Yeah, you get
baby.
hot wings, you get buffalo wings without the sauce on it. So I mean, no sauce is fine
Hmm.
for you. I know that was exact. I knew what I was walking into when I asked it, but I just thought it was fun. Bijan Mustardson gonna
Hmm.
be maybe hitting the stores or maybe you can order it online. I just love stuff like that when you can play on your own name, obviously isn't taking himself too seriously and stuff like this with these NIL deals. He doesn't have to rely and get out of college for stuff like this. Get the opportunity, make your money, especially when all this hype is on you right now. Between again, Bijan Robinson, people are thinking he's going to go top 15 in some mock drafts, top
Hmm.
20 possibly. He's going to be a good little player depending on where he goes. I mean, either way, I think the talent will rise to the top. And I know of fantasy owners, dynasty fantasy rosters that are like that's going to be our like the 1-1 pick in dynasty fantasy drafts this year. So good for him. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. I know anything on the player in general, and not just the mustard sauce.
Yeah, he seems pretty exciting. So I'm always excited for the draft. It's always fun. I mean, this year it's always going to be cool for me because the Packers usually never have that many draft picks to spend. I mean, the first round. So I mean, that's why I really hope they get the
I
Jets first round
I
pick
keep
because
saying Quentin Johnston, and I just don't like
yeah,
it. I
I
don't like it.
I see it in mock
Sidebar,
drafts.
sidebar. Have you seen these? I guess people have to like pay for mock drafts now. Like this, it's been very having the two different Twitters. I'm able to go through both, but uh, people love putting their own mock drafts together. Like, oh, what are the Bears gonna do? You see all the screen caps of them trading down 20 picks and
Yeah.
getting like 50 picks and drafting basically the half of the draft. So I think I love doing that. I love seeing that just to see how ridiculous people can get. But now people are complaining that whatever site it was PPF or PFF, whatever football mock draft site, people got to pay for that now. And it's just funny to me. Like, yeah, who in their right mind, being an average Joe, would be like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for that. I want to go ahead and play pretend right now and pay like whatever. I don't even know what the going rate was.
That's
Probably $20,
ridiculous.
like $20 or maybe a subscription fee or something like that to do this. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not giving you my credit card to draft these 25-year-olds. No, thank you. Like
But
it's
yeah,
just
it's not even real, man. It's
exactly. So I mean, some people are going to alternate sites, I guess, in terms of the mock draft world, in terms of cosmetics, isn't that pleasing. It doesn't look as good, but Yeah, I mean, again, just the idea that if you're not a professional mock draft person slash like an analyst for the NFL, no reason for you to be paying to make mock drafts together. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
that was
I had
basically the
something
NFL.
else quick about the NFL.
Sure, sure,
It's
sure,
just because
sure.
I just something random. I just saw this earlier, so I'm
Yeah,
just gonna throw it out there.
fire away.
I actually have this picture ready, but you can't
Ooh,
even see the full thing.
that's
But
okay. I can only guess.
it's
I'm
what's the best move so far this off season, and it's just a random random player. You don't have to pick one of these players, but what do you think has been the most impactful player that who do you think is going to make the most difference on a team that's
Oh,
been
okay. So out of who moved, who's gonna? I mean, all my bias is gonna say the Bears. The Bears.
mm,
Bears made the best move, trading the number one overall pick, getting all the picks in return, and then getting DJ Moore in return as well. What we would have needed in terms of depth, I think he's gonna do. Again, impactful. It might just be run of the mill another season for him, but 1,100 yards and 6 or 7 receiving touchdowns for the Bears. That's an awesome wide receiver season. So that I think again the bias in me is probably going to say that among the people I see on your little thing, I know DJ Moore is in the upper right hand corner. I don't think Derek Carr is going to do anything too crazy. He's just going to be a little bit better for the Saints. Jalen Ramsey, eh. I would say, yeah.
okay,
I think we were talking about this last week or the week before. Yeah, the guy in the lower hand corner, like I can't remember his name.
Waller.
Well, yeah, Darren Waller on the Giants. They needed receiver help, and sure enough, they're going to get it in him. Kelsey and Kittle and Mark Andrews are, the 1A, 1B, 1C tight ends, but you could definitely argue a fully healthy Darren Waller ready to go is basically parallel. This is the same player right there. So hard to come by with tight ends like that. Of course, I think those obviously I think those two off the top of my head are right there, but I'm gonna try and go through the rest of them off the top of my head as well. Look at other squads. But what were you leaning towards? What do you think has been the most impactful?
Um, it's, oh, it's I can't. It's to say that I can't believe that the Bears really, I think, have made the best move so far. I think DJ Moore is going. I mean, I think he's miles above any receiver that they've had in a while, and he's going to immediately make their offense so much better because people are going to be worried about him. And then you got Claypool and you got Mooney getting open more, and it's just like it's honestly going to be exciting to watch the Bears this next season. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of the other moves, but
Yeah, I
DJ
would.
Moore
Yeah, I'm
seems like
trying to
the
think
most
too.
impactful.
Yeah, I'm trying to think also just in terms of like it's probably going to be on I guess under the radar just because the Chiefs are the Chiefs and they're always expected to be good. But them signing that offensive lineman that they did, he's going to be locked up in there for some time now. So that's phenomenal for them. Same thing with the Bengals getting Orlando Brown Jr.
Hmm.
Still trying to solidify that offensive line, and that's going to be you're going to be able to do it right there with him right there as well. I mean, again, just doubling down, like just I know in terms of the Bears, them adding Robert Tunyon, even they're like, oh, we got Cole Kmet, we got the having a 1-2 punch at the tight end. When your tight ends are always open, I mean, that's what you want to see. That's what
There's
you want.
gonna be more moves. I can like once
Oh
DeAndre
yeah,
Hopkins gets traded
yeah,
and
that's also been D Hop making a move, being shipped around. Also, I'm kind of with you. I'm trying to look around and see what people have been doing. Of course they shot me back up to the top. Yeah, maybe I can actually get to the name that yeah, Jawan Taylor. That was the name that the Chiefs went ahead
okay,
and
yeah.
signed. Uh, you know, uh, I would say in terms of who's getting gutted, the Eagles haven't really been doing anything other than re-signing Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelsey, and then getting back Darius Slay, just kind of just holding on to what they can with the group of people that they had.
Hmm.
Uh, Yeah, nothing really all too crazy other than really what the Bears did, to be honest. I mean, other than if you like Sam Darnold to San Fran. I guess
It doesn't
also,
feel real because the Bears never do stuff like this. It's just
yeah,
like
yeah. I mean, I was just waiting, and I was halfway torn. I was like, do I want them to do it the day of and just have complete control of the draft until the day of, or do I just want to rip the Band-Aid off and have a trade already set so we can have a game plan going in and all that stuff. So I don't know. At this point, hindsight or whatever. I'm fine with what they did. Have a trade so we can have a game plan with the 9 spot. So I
and
mean,
they might trade again. I mean, who
yeah,
knows? I mean,
that's true
honestly, who
too.
knows?
Yeah, that's very true. There's still, yeah. I mean, there's still tons to get into. I can't wait for draft day. I
It's
mean,
still a
there's
whole like about a month till draft night, so
absolutely. Yeah, it's looking at other
I think
stuff
it's April
too.
28th is draft day.
Yeah. Brandon Cooks to the Cowboys. That could honestly, like I said, that might not be impactful for him himself, but that might open up CD Lamb, how you were kind of saying for how DJ Moore kind of might open it up for everybody else in the Bears. Uh, I think that can help in general. And then yeah, maybe Calvin Ridley last year. No, that's a little bit of a stretch. I'm kind of just going, yeah, I'm kind of just bouncing off other stuff, yeah. And then still to come, I suppose, with the Jets can still make the move and get Aaron Rodgers. So there's still waiting in the wings, still some time, still
That's
some
the
time.
plan.
That's the plan. All righty, yeah. If you're good on NFL, like that's basically all I had. If you were good
Oh,
on your question right there. Oh,
yeah, I'm all good.
awesome, awesome. All right, yeah, we can ship
Wanted
over
to
to.
throw that out there.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that was good. That was awesome. We can get to some NBA, and then before we wrap it up with the wrestling like we usually do, let's gather up. I mean, yeah, might as well just bite, and I'll do it right now. I just said rip the Band-Aid off. I was wrong. I've been wrong about the Bulls these past couple weeks. They've been rubbing it in my face, winning ball games, winning them convincingly, winning on the road. I think up until yesterday when they played the Clippers, they had a 5-game win streak on the road, taking care of LeBron James on and the Lakers, making that viral pick of Patrick Beverly, showing him how small he is. Hey man, I said this last time, and I mean I went ahead and I went off on him, and I was just pissed off because I was sick of being in purgatory, how I had said it, but I was also countered it with prove me wrong. I want them to be I want to be wrong. I don't want the Bulls to suck. And sure enough, Pat is rubbing it not only like I just said, like you're showing it right there, not just rubbing it in LeBron's face, but he rubbed it in my face too, and other people like that who probably naysayed him. So that's good. I'm trying to look ahead. They have, oh my goodness, I think like 6 more games on the season, if I'm not mistaken. I'll try and pull it up. Trying to pull it up right now. Uh, yeah, 7 more games on the season. Probably when you're watching, listening. Hopefully, when you're watching tomorrow, you can be go watching it with the Bulls game in the background or something like that. Either way, Bulls playing the Lakers. You got the Hornets after as well. Grizzlies,
Mm.
Hawks, Bucks, Mavericks, and Pistons. I think I can flip it up and say,
Wait, go through them again, slower.
sure. Wednesday, the next game that they play the Lakers. Uh,
When,
that's a win. They got the Hornets in Charlotte.
when
That's a win. We got the Grizzlies at home.
lose,
That's a lose. John Morant is back. Atlanta Hawks at home.
when
I think that's a win too. The Hawks have been so spotty that
they're so on and off.
they are legitimately I was going to say they are 50-50 team. They are 37-38 right now. They are basically 500 right now. They either winning big or losing big. Against the Bucks, I'll toss that up.
Lose.
Yeah, loss, even
Actually,
maybe
yeah, you're right because we do beat the Bucks somehow. We
sometimes
have
we
beat.
do, and it might be a toss up of like, maybe giving Giannis rest, but Giannis could also just come in and dog us for like 25, 15, and 10 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then finishing off the last 2 games on the year in Dallas against the Mavericks, and
Mm.
then at home against the Pistons. I would say hopefully a split, if not
A
getting
lose
both.
win, yeah.
Yeah, split right there in the last two. So what? We're counting at least 1, 2, 4 wins out of these last 7, and the Bulls are
We're sitting
currently
in the bottom of, I think we're the bottom seed right
we are
now,
the
right?
10th seed. We
Yeah.
are in the play-in game. We're
3
two and a
games
half
ahead, I
game, two
think,
yeah,
right?
two
Oh,
and a
two
half
and a half.
games,
Okay.
2.5 above Washington, 3.5 above Indiana.
It's a
So
pretty good lead, if you could just keep winning some games and just hope the other teams lose.
yeah.
We
And
can
you
get
got
in
two, and
there.
the Bulls are playing 2 teams that are mathematically already eliminated from playoff contention. So it's not like they're gonna be fishing for a win anytime soon.
And then we could play teams in the play-in tournament and actually have a fun series and then get beat up by the Bucks.
And sure enough, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, we've played the Miami Heat 3-4 times already. I think we beat them every single time this year. And that's who
Wow.
we would be playing in the play-in game. We would play this 7-10 and then 8-9. We're the 10 and they're the 7.
Well, the Bulls
Sure
make the
enough.
play-in tournament. I'm buying tickets for one of the games.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Again, I mean, if you call it whatever, if you're like, oh Nick, you're a bandwagoner, or you just want to see them lose, or whatever it may be. I'll say thanks to Troy acknowledging the fact that it really doesn't matter that if they win or lose, they don't have a first round pick this year. So go out and try and win. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, if you're gonna go ahead and make this move, try and win. So again, I'm glad that the Bulls maybe they I doubt it, but maybe they heard me complaining and they got a fire in their belly after that. And sure enough, they want to prove me wrong, prove other people like myself wrong. And they're kind of doing it. Got to hold on a little bit longer, like I said.
It might be time for.
Washington.
Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say, like I said, Washington and Indiana and Orlando still not completely out of it. Still got to get a couple more wins at least. But if we're banking on 4 out of the next 7, that should probably solidify it right there. I mean, I can quickly look at Washington, might be a little bit tougher than us. They play Orlando. Orlando's in the same thing, but Washington has the Knicks, the Bucks, Atlanta, Miami, and the Rockets. A little bit tougher than the Bulls, I would
Mm-hmm.
say. And then what were the other 2? Indiana, same sort of deal. Bucks, Thunder are actually pretty solid.
Yeah,
Cavaliers, Knicks, Pistons, and Knicks again. I'm only see
that's a tough one.
yeah, I only see one potential win for Indiana in that one just off the top of my head. And then same deal again. Orlando and the Wizards play each other, followed by the Pistons, Cavs, 2 back-to-back games against the Cavs, who they're pretty solid. Playing against the Nets, who that could be a toss-up, and Miami. But again, kind of Bulls get a little bit of a leg up on them, getting a couple more games more than them. So it's looking okay. It's looking okay for the Bulls to get into a playoff game. I'll cross my fingers. I'm going to still support and root. I'm not going to sit there with my arms crossed and say, I told you so if they lose or if they win or if they do anything. I'm just going to try and enjoy what I can. And that's simply what it is. And that's hopefully, like I said, you saw me complain in episode 4 or 5 when they made this trade or made this move. Excuse me, they didn't make a trade. They signing, just being signing Pat Beverly off of the trade that he was made in or whatever the hell. Either way, it's been a good move. Thank you for proving me wrong. I have no problem and I have no shame in being wrong. I'm probably more wrong than I am right. A lot of people are too. So there you go. So that's all I gotta say
It
on that.
might be time for serious consideration. Is Patrick Beverly the greatest bull point guard of all time? I
Stop it.
mean, I mean,
Stop
come
it.
on. I mean,
Stop
what's
it.
been going on? Is he the reincarnation of Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose is
What?
still alive.
No, the prime Derrick Rose, Patrick Beverly is unstoppable. He has turned this team around. That's just a complete joke, by the way, about him being the,
Yes, of
the
course. I
greatest
know you
point guard
couldn't
ever.
even finish it. You couldn't
His
even get through it. You couldn't even get through the bit without crumbling.
his mentality has changed the Bulls around. You
Without
can,
a doubt.
I mean, they were lackadaisical. They did not care ever. It seemed like, and it seemed once this trade happened, they seemed to care more. And their brand, as Zach Levine said, we got to play every night as if it's a playoff game. So they've been bringing it, and I mean, the Vukovic has been playing great. I mean, Levine's been playing very well, and like I mean, there's nothing but good things to say. Kobe White's been like 55% from 3 since the All-Star break or something like that. I mean, they've all just they've been playing players that I always talk shit about have been playing well. So
Yeah, no,
I mean,
Kobe
it's
White has stepped it up again. I'll say that right away. Kobe White has stepped it up. I don't think necessarily talking shit about him, but like you just said, Vooch stepping up and being just as dominant of a big man as he still can be. DeMar DeRozan still doing his thing, and Levine for sure stepping up and scoring way more than he has been, and just being kind of somewhat that leader, that full max contract guy that we want. So I'm glad, like you said, this Pat Beverly acquisition has added fire to all these guys, and it's fine. I'll be wrong. I love it's fine. I was about
yeah.
to say I love being wrong. I was about to say I like when they prove me wrong and they're actually benefiting from it.
I
So
mean,
that's
like you said it, I never want to watch a Bulls game this season or be like, I'm gonna turn the Bulls on. But now it's getting to the point where they're in the race and it's actually like, this is exciting. I actually
yeah.
want to see what the Bulls are doing. So
Yeah, they're making me care. That's all I want from these guys. Make me care again and stuff like that. I mean, even when they lose, I was checking in on the game last night against the Clippers. They were somewhat into it, somewhat out of it. It was kind of tough. Nicholas Batum, who doesn't shoot the ball ever,
mm,
was 7 for 8 from three because that was just
God
his.
damn it.
Just I mean, just stuff like that. It's just like really, we gotta put all your defensive effort
Just
into Nicholas
always those
Batum
guys,
today.
yeah.
Yeah, even then, like kind of crumble. Kawhi Leonard was having a good game too. So even just to lose by 12 right there, that's not that bad. It's not like we're getting. You probably have lost by like 20 or so because just sometimes that'll happen.
To a
But
very good team with
yeah,
Russell Westbrook, Paul
exactly. Like
George, Kawhi Leonard.
I feel like it's just been less and less of Bulls blowouts, at least on the losing side, and more of it just like the surprising, like, oh, the Bulls beat the Lakers by 15. Like, all right, cool. All right, let's do that. Oh, the Bulls are just winning in general. Like, all right, yeah, sweet. Let's keep on rolling with that.
Especially to be talking all that shit to LeBron and Anthony Davis, Patrick Beverly specifically, before the
Yeah.
game and shit, and saying like we want to knock them out of the playoffs, and like Anthony Davis saying we'll see about that, and like just then and like the Bulls backing it up and actually whooping their ass, and like Patrick Beverly doing this, like it's so
I love
disrespectful.
that. That's Hall of Fame. I mean, that's gonna, of course, probably just another thing that LeBron's related to the blowing in the ear, the Lance Stevenson blow in the ear. This will be another one, another chapter in the mocking LeBron
Yeah, I
type
wish you could
thing.
see his face in this picture because LeBron's like crying. Basically.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, exactly. Just, I mean, go Bulls, see red, go Bulls. We're gonna be I obviously checking in with if they're doing when they get into the whole, so it's knocking on wood. Oh, getting that playoff berth, get a little run in, and I would only hope that we play the Miami Heat in the play-on game or something like that. A team that we've had their number all season, so that's pretty solid right there. Let's quickly go through the Mavs. If you get on the Bulls, you got on the Bulls. You got on the Bulls.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
awesome. Don't want to, like I said, if you had a final
I
thought.
can't think of anything else.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, basically, like I said, just keep going, get the wins, and hopefully the ones that were like, that's a loss. Hopefully they again prove me wrong again. Finish out the season strong. Get these last 7 games in and out. Let's see. Last couple, Mavs. The Mavs guarded the wrong side of the floor, and it was an easy 2 points for the Golden State Warriors a week or so ago. They proceeded to lose the game by 2 points, and will be protesting the game. I'm not entirely sure how this works. From my understanding, a protest has only happened like 7 or so times in the entire existence of the league. The last one that was confirmed was like 2014 or something like that. So kind of go a little ways back, and then even after that, it's like I don't even. What do you even do? Do you just restart from said time again? Maybe painting the picture. I'm doing a poor job on that. The Mavs were on the complete opposite end of the court on their game against the Golden State Warriors. They believed that it was a miscommunication of who had the ball or where the ball was going, or it was a complete miss. Obviously, they're professional players. They're not gonna make this big of an oops. Sure enough, it was just a 5-0 for the Golden State Warriors. Handed it in, lobbed it, or laid it up. Easiest 2 points that the Golden State Warriors will probably see the entire season. And yeah, sure enough, the sucky thing of like, oh, if we lose by X amount of points, if we only lose by 2 points, we'll probably end up protesting. Only lost by 2. And there you go. Mark Cuban's gonna go ahead and protest this game. Oh boy. That's
There's always that argument, like it's does that is that one thing really affect the entire game? Like, why don't you just score more?
yeah, I mean that I guess that will come down to the review or the protest will be I guess we'll have to come down to referee mics and who was able to listen to what, and if there was a clear
The ref did
designation
make a mistake. I saw that. The ref pointed as if it was
as
like
if it was
they
Mavs
they
ball.
they said it as if it was the Mavs ball, but then they yeah, or something like I'm not sure.
See,
I
and it's just something as small as that if they do that, they can flip it, and then I believe just from that point on, they will recontinue the game. That's exactly how the last time
wow.
this happened. So yeah,
If that actually happens, that'd be wild.
yeah. I mean, fun little trivia I heard. It was when this happened with the Suns and somebody else. God, I wish I remember. When I think it was the Suns and the Mavs or something like that. Sean Marion was on the Suns when when the game happened, and then when it was protested and all that afterward, he was actually traded to the other team. So so he's credited with playing the same game but for both teams, which is pretty just weird. It's just cool. It's just a
What
little
the
crazy. He's the only person to have recorded stats for both teams on one game, technically. So, so pretty cool.
it's
Just
a
some fun.
crazy stat to have.
Yeah, just
That's
fun.
a
Just again, little fun little fun little trivia right there.
hell yeah.
Last little NFL. I mean, not NFL. I was about to say NFL, NBA, but not really even NBA. Just basketball in general. The Final Four. I mean, just like I said, nothing. We were like I said last week, not experts by any means. Much smarter people have much better insight over here than us. But my thing was just kind of crazy how you got, I think it's what, two fours, a nine, and a seven or something like that. A four and two fours, a five and a nine. Hey, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, you got
Yeah.
not all these. Everyone's making arguments for it's it's the usual suspects, or it's the blue bloods like Kentucky or Kansas that always get or go to or something like that. No, I mean this is pretty cool. Again, whether you believe the college game is lacking, whatever it may be lacking, excitement, big names, the high scoring affairs. I guess it was kind of weird that they added this new ball that they'd been, oh, here's a one ball you're going to use that all regular season, and here's a brand new ball you'll be using for the next 2 weeks. Like, all right, here you go. Yeah, I mean that was a bad move. So yeah, it's fine. I guess just March truly it's madness, man. It's as unpredictable as it gets. So I guess that's basically it. That's like I said, if you got insight, people didn't see this coming. So you and I, we don't really study it, don't really watch it all too much. But I guess you and I had as best of a guess as getting these final four right as anybody else did. So that's basically
Yeah.
kind of what I'm saying. It's just is what it is.
It's
So.
the first Final Four without any like no top three seeds.
Oh yeah, yeah. First, yeah, without the first seed since like the 70s or something like that. Yeah, it's something bonkos. Either way, I mean, I guess the only repeatable name that you see, UConn's there playing Miami. That ought to be a good one. But yeah, San Diego State playing, getting through Creighton and Alabama, the number one seed Alabama. That was big for them. And they're playing FAU, Florida Atlantic University. Who go Owls? I mean, again, I got no, obviously got no skin in the game. It just ought to be cool. And then just, yeah, this is truly as unpredictable as it gets. So that's just always something fun to look forward to. If you're like, I don't like it because of this, I don't like it because of that. I mean, they play defense, and again, whether you think the good players are going to the G League or if they're going to the NIL or whatever, I mean, it's still pretty good. Still a pretty good product. It's all right. Puts people in puts asses in seats. So hey, okay. I mean, I'm not. There you go. I'll do my best. Maybe sometime next year to trying to get into it. But I mean, like I kind of said, there's no real big superstars. I guess that Alabama kid that shot that maybe may or
Oh,
may not have shot somebody or gave him a gun. I don't know. That seems to be the big name that people talk about. Like, other than that, the Powell
someone.
guy. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean the tournament in general has been pretty cool. The one or the 16 beating the one. Uh, had some pretty close games, but nothing too crazy. No real buzzer beaters off the top of my head. But for those that are like hardcore college fans, like, oh, this was a good game. This was a good game. This was a good game. You had a pretty solid Elite Eight, shit like that. So all around seemed pretty good. Any final thoughts on
De'Aaron
them?
Fox isn't a fan of it.
Oh yeah, didn't he say something
He said, "I
wacko?
can't watch a college game."
Just straight
He,
up, I can't watch a college
he
game.
said, "I can't watch a full college game. Too many bad shots, horrible plays." He was like, "I can't watch it." I was like, "Damn."
I don't know if it's the horrible play. I can definitely see again. A lot of people are alluding to horrible officiating. Gotta relax on the offensive fouls. There's always
That's
seems to
one
be,
thing he said too. He
yeah,
said
the
horrible
charging,
roughing.
yeah, the horrible refereeing. The charging fouls are egregious sometimes, and yeah, which just when you see that graphic of haven't made a basket in 4 minutes, like that's like, oh boy, ugh, yikes, that's you gotta do something. I feel like even get fouled and you can make a couple free throws and just get something on the board. I mean, either way, it's just
Also,
I could
De'Aaron
see.
Fox, you play in the NBA. Like, you should know a thing or two about
Yeah.
bad officiating.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you gotta. I mean, he played in college too, if I'm not mistaken. So you should
Yeah,
know. I
it's
mean, I get it. I mean, I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea or whatever, but I mean, more people are going to be invested than others. But
it's still
it's
entertaining. You
it's
can't
still,
deny
yeah,
it.
it's still very much pretty awesome. I would say, I would argue in terms of playoff format, it's probably one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting, in terms just the way that it's laid out and just the one and dones. Obviously, nothing else is like that. So
And people get to represent their colleges, which,
yeah, yeah,
you have
exactly.
a personal connection to since
Yeah,
you
all the
went there.
small, yeah, exactly, all the small stories that come out on like that. So pretty awesome, pretty awesome. If you're good on NBA talk, Final Four talk, basketball in general, we can shoot over to wrestling and finish it up over here.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there we go. We got like I said, WrestleMania card to preview. Got some CM Punk drama to talk about. Got some quick things to fire away through. So let's go ahead and do that. Lele Pons. I don't know who that
Oh,
is.
that's
Still don't know who that is. But she went ahead and claimed that she denied $20 million for WWE. Well, WWE
oh.
countered it by saying they never offered that to her. So again, who the hell's Lele Pons? Mike? Who the hell's Lele Pons?
I'm honestly not sure, man. I said some social influencer. I
Yeah,
think
I
that's a
guess
job
that's the best
I
thing
have
about
now.
this. When you don't know if it's somebody's, you can probably just say influencer, and you have like a 70% chance of being right. So whatever it may be, if she's a fucking OnlyFans slut, or if she's just
Hmm.
over on the Instagram, an Instagram slut, or if she's on Twitter being a Twitter gram slut, or no, I'm just kidding. But not everything needs to be like that. Either way, I honestly don't know what she does. I have no idea what Lele Pons does, but apparently she's a liar. She likes to lie. So
Yeah.
that seems to be the case. Again, no skin off my bones. There's if it's real or not. I guess it's just like, what is the WWE doing? Trying to make don't these influencers trying to make WWE look stupid? You're not going to do that. The WWE will make themselves look stupid. So don't worry about that. That's basically it on them. I don't, again, if W, I believe them because I don't know who this is. Who knows?
Yeah, I love them just coming out and being like, "Yeah, we did not do
Yeah,
that."
we did not do that. I
I
mean,
think that
exactly.
like if you're gonna give her $20 million, I don't even think like AJ Styles or Brock Lesnar makes that much. So
No, no.
yeah, they're
Roman
gonna give
Reigns doesn't make that.
Lele Pons $20 million. I don't know who the hell that is.
Your guess is as good as mine. Put it in the comments. Who the hell is Layla Pons? Lele
Yeah, I don't
Pons. I
even
don't
know
know.
how to pronounce her name. Like I literally have no clue who that is.
No idea. Put my hands up. No idea. That's I got no idea.
She's
We
like,
were talking about this.
they offer me 20 million, and I would take it if that's like my career went in the drain and I had my last resort, like, shut up.
I mean, dude,
They
we
wouldn't
were talking
want
about
you
this with the
anyway.
Oscars. Like, if we don't know people that are in famous movies, how the hell are we going to know these people that are famous for, I don't know, for whatever they do? Do they still do the cinnamon challenge? They probably still do that or something like
Mm.
that. So if you're a YouTuber or an influencer, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who you are, Lele Pons, but you're not getting 20 million. So suck on that.
Good
Uh,
luck in whatever you do,
yeah,
Lele
we would.
Pons.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, best of luck to you.
Don't come near us
Yeah, get
in
away.
wrestling.
Yeah, if you're gonna do anything, you can donate. You can put your $20 million into no sub no sub bets bit.ly/ no sub bets. That's where you can put your 20 million. Lele Pons. Sign up with Bet Rivers, dummy. Stacey Keibler going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of
Good for
Fame.
her.
Good for her. Absolutely. She was obviously one of my favorites, just being whatever she was. She just had the legs. So I mean, obviously I'm just being misogynistic or whatever. I'm not getting a massage anytime soon, but
I said it the other day at our parents. I was like, hey, Stacey Keibler's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Our dad was just like, oh, she's a great wrestler, and I was like, yeah, Dad.
sure she is. No, honestly, you still I'll look in terms of just of course the wrestling, my wrestling glasses, my wrestling eyes, just being a manager or just be what would it be? Yeah, just being exactly that. Just being a manager to whoever it was at the time, the Dudleys or Tess, Scott Steiner. Doing that job is always that's always some sort of role. You got to distract the referee, whether she did it with being as sexy as she was, or showing off her tits, or just the usual swipe of the leg or something like that. That's still a role. That's still an important role to do. You got to know your part. And of course, if you heard stuff from like the Eddie Guerrero spot, like where the fuck is Vicky? Like shit like that's important. Or like when everyone still has their shoot on China, not knowing how to do anything ever, basically. So it's having important, knowing your role, knowing your spot. She hit the mark every single time. I can't think of a time that she didn't. So good for her. And I think she like just came back into the social media realm, coming back like, I'm a mom, I'm this, I'm that. I'm just glad for this. So exactly like we just said, good for her. She deserves it. Again, in terms of like, did she win the women's title like Trish like X amount of times? No, but that's, she didn't get in before she did. I think we've kind of already established who should be in and who's kind of paved the way for who. I was kind of like, I don't know, it kind of be a different story if like Kelly or Layla got in before somebody else or something like that. So no skin off my bones, and I like it. It's pretty cool. And again, a little nostalgia for the kiddo like myself. That was probably like, I mean, being a little horny little 5-year-old that I was. That was probably like my first crush, my first WWE crush. So there you go. Good for her. Good for Stacey. Stacey Keibler into the Hall of Fame. If you get on that one, I got a couple more. We can blow through. Miro, he's still complaining. Oh boy. Kind of. I think we may have been talking. I think we were maybe just talking offline on the games or something like that. We were just shooting the shit. I think Dave Meltzer reported what had been going on, and it's always one of these things. Oh, this is part of my rant last week of like, whoa, what are they doing with who? They're not pushing X person right. When I brought up Miro and Roderick Strong, but yeah, Dave Meltzer went ahead and reported that the idea, what they had for Miro, was essentially him losing to Adam Hangman Page in some sort of sense, and we haven't seen him in I don't know how long, since Forbidden Door, I believe, since the first Forbidden Door, and that's
Wow.
almost going on a year now, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be coming up soon in
Yeah,
July,
in
June,
June.
July. So yeah, I mean, time's a ticking. My complaint, and I mean, some share this same thing. Like, you were fine. You're not okay. You'll draw the line with losing to a cowboy, but you're completely fine with getting cucked by Bobby Lashley and him just banging your wife on live TV, basically. So, hey man, I'm not your broker. I'm not gonna decide for you, but it kind of sounds a little ridiculous. Sounds a little dramatic on your end when just really nothing. I mean, at some point, I know I get it. Tony Khan's a little out there with his booking sometimes. Some good, some bad. It's just how booking goes. But if you're sitting on your ass for the past 6-7 months now, 8 months, almost a year, like we just said, and no creative is good enough for you, then motherfucker, you come up with something, or just it's just simply shit or get off the pot, my guy. It's enough. I like Miro. I like what he brings to the table. This whole game over bit, whatever it was, it got over. Rusev Day did too back in the day as well. But again, just I can't deal with these 40-year-old men not having a good, like, oh, you don't have a good enough storyline for me. Boo-hoo, cry me a fucking river. There's so many other names and talent. That's why TK surrounds him with so much talent, because if one guy is not ready to do something, bam, over to the next thing. Whatever, call it bad booking, call it whatever. I call it being adaptable. So there you
I
go.
always think about what John Cena in an interview with Chris Van Vliet, what he used to say. It's just like, you never would get a good storyline in WWE, but it's always, what can I do with this storyline? He's like, if you get a piece of shit, and it's like, well, what can I do to make this piece of shit good? So I mean, it's like, and that's why John Cena is, you have people, hey, you can hate on him all you want, but he's one of the best. So I mean, he was able to keep himself over for
Yeah,
so
no, I
long,
mean,
and
I'm kind of in that same boat where I would be a fool at this point to deny, like, yes, he's not a wrestler, he's got the 5 moves of doom, but is he successful? Yeah, he's a 15-time world champion, he's got millions of dollars, he's peacemaker. Yes, to sit there and deny that he's not good at being an entertainer, it would just be like me being blind. So I just can't. Yeah, exactly.
and I enjoy listening to him talk about wrestling and
Yeah,
stuff because
I like
he
that too.
is
He's pretty good.
insightful.
He's
Yeah,
pretty good
he's
with the inside baseball. He gives you enough. He doesn't give you too much to ruin the business, but he gives you just enough to be like, oh, that was good. That was juicy. That's good.
hmm
That's a good behind the scenes type
So
deal.
yeah, exactly. So Miro, you got, if Tony Khan's giving you something you don't like it, just like you said, be a man. You fucking take it and do what you can with it and make it good. I mean, not
Yeah.
everything is gonna be perfect, so you gotta sometimes, do your job, like play your role, like do what you can. And I guarantee, like him losing the Hangman wouldn't have been that bad. Like it wouldn't. I
No.
mean, it wouldn't have been bad at all. Like it's I don't. The Hangman is a pretty reliable contender, I feel like, and they pushed that for a while now.
Yeah.
So I don't see why losing to him. And I think it was like a battle royale or something, or
Yeah, it
like I
was
don't know
something
what
like
it.
that. They
Yeah,
would have been the last two in the battle royal, and then it would have been a singles match or something like that. He would have put Hangman over. Yeah, not a bad look, losing to the former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, it doesn't sound that bad, even though
yeah, one of the
you're a
most
former.
popular people in the company.
Yeah,
Like
who continue, like, he gets a re-emerging story. It almost seems like every 6 months, and they make him like, oh, maybe he can go back for the title, or just he's always like the underdog. He's
the
just a
crowd is always screaming cowboy shit. Like you can't
exactly.
deny it.
Exactly. So yeah, for him to sit there and be, cross his arms and say like this creative's not good for me. I'm not going over. I don't know. You're shooting yourself in the foot, and
And
you're
yeah,
making
to
yourself
just
look like
think
a
that
drama
that's like
queen.
the end of the line for you. Like if I do this, it's over for me. Like it's like
Yeah, to have
you'll
that,
bounce back, man. Like it's
to have
just
that
like
selfish,
people
yeah, that
lose
selfish
all the
mindset.
time.
Like, yeah, exactly what Jericho just lost to Action Andrade. I mean, they turned that into a storyline. Exactly. Not,
Yeah.
you can't turn that with everybody, I'm sure, but exactly like you just said. Darby Allin loses sometimes. That doesn't ruin him. He's right back. He's about to be in the title picture. They're doing the Four Pillars storyline, so you gotta be there. And first of all, to be like
Yeah, if you're getting
involved.
an opportunity to get on TV, why would
Yeah,
you throw it away?
I get it. Being on Dark or Elevation, YouTube, being at Universal Studios, maybe not the best situation in some sort of sense, but you gotta do something. If they're paying him, he hasn't done this for that long. You're kind of screwing over the company. You're screwing over your boss. That's just it doesn't look good in my man. I can see from the perspective also of like if you're constantly handed shit and you're just throwing your hands up in the
Yeah.
air, and I say I can't do it anymore, but you haven't been. You got the shitty Kip Sabian line. Still went over. He still went over. He got the God is good all the time storyline. I'm the disciple or whatever it was. Still got over. he's just naturally going to get over. I don't understand what that is. I think he might have that Lana broad in his ear. That I always feel like the whenever the wife gets involved, I always feel like you're bigger than what you're supposed to be. You should be making more money. That's when the ego really picks up and makes it a big deal. So
that's true.
I don't know. Again, I got no problem with that. But I think Lana does. She don't really like AEW. She don't like.
She's not getting paid right now, so she got
Exactly.
fired.
Exactly. She's a little sour grapes on her end too. Yeah.
The only revenue that Lana makes is through her Patreon.
Patreon.
So if you want to subscribe to that and give her money for doing absolutely nothing,
Yeah.
you could do that.
Good luck with that. Yeah. So Miro, keep complaining, my dude. I don't know what else to tell you. Show up, do something, be better. I don't know, man. It's getting rough. A couple more. Rhea Ripley. This is a rough one. There's kind of be another theme here of who's getting hounded this week. If it's not Rey Mysterio, if it's not Liv Morgan, turns out to be Rhea Ripley this week. And she, like you said, she just looked absolutely defeated. So sad. So just completely distraught. Hounded at the airport by people asking her to sign this, sign that, sign my Funko, sign my Rhea Ripley Elite collection or whatever the hell may be. She said she put up her hands on Twitter. She followed her Instagram, whatever it may be, basically saying she won't sign anything in public anymore that isn't a personal photo of the person and her anymore. So, you know what? Good for her. Again, good for her. Just put your foot down on this shit. It's kind of, again, it gets ridiculous. It gets very egregious when I'll even just go through the example again of just how we interacted at the airport. Ass said, "Hey, if it's cool, if it's okay with you, would love to take a picture. If not, more than okay." The Matt Jackson and Powerhouse Hobbs obliged. They took a picture with me, and it was all fine and dandy after that. But again, in these videos, people are like, they got full boxes of Funkos and, like I said, figures and whatever else, big giant posters, sign that just shoving it in their face. That's just not how you act in an airport. Obviously, you'll go over it all the time. Just you're in an airport, tensions are high, no matter what. You're just, whether it's 6 a.m., you're just trying to get to where you need to go as safely as possible. It's just always a shit show at no matter what airport it seems to be. So again, good on them. We all talked about this even again last week. I think WWE officially announced, like through a source, it was like, hey, put your foot down. Don't be signing everything. Don't be signing anything really at these things that aren't meet and greets. So again, I'm good with that as a guy that it is. I'm not going to have again, it gets egregious when they go and they look and like, oh, the show's coming here. I should get to the airport at 6 and I got to bring all my stuff with me. And I don't have a flight. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just simply going to get my stuff signed. It's just, that's when it gets gross. So again, fine. Go to the meet and greets, bring your stuff, make sure you pay the fee. Again, I mean, C2E2 is going to have Danhausen and Brody King. So go to that meet and greet, bring all your stuff for that. That's when you do that. You don't meet them outside in the parking lot when Danhausen doesn't have his makeup on or something like that. Like, can you sign my Danhausen coffee? that he actually did drop that a little while ago, but it's just like, yeah, exactly. Just don't do that. No, be an adult. It's as simple as that. And recognize that these people are people. It's still that. So
leave them alone, man.
Yeah, simply it could also be that. I could just sometimes it's also a little cool. Like just give them a tip of the cap, tip of the nod. Like just acknowledge that that they know who you are, something like that. That could be cool. Or you could just be like, say like, hey, you're cool. I know who you are. Don't want to make a big deal about it, but yeah.
Like you said, the picture is just, I feel like that's just different than asking for like an autograph of something. You're not going to sell a picture of like you and like Nick Jackson online. Like no one, like people want the autograph shit. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like they have I feel like they respect that more. Like it's like if I went up to Rhea Ripley and was like, can I take a picture with you? Instead of like, can you sign this Funko? Like
exactly.
I feel like she would be more like happy to actually be like, yeah.
And if it means anything, I was super shaky and nervous because I was, meeting AEW fucking awesome royalty right there. So the camera, you can still kind of see our faces, but everything else is blurry as shit. So I didn't even bother to take a retake. I took one and done. I looked at it. I'm like, that's awful. Thank you very much. Love you guys. God bless. Take care. And I
Yeah,
left.
that's true. My picture was also very like grainy in the background, and like you could just tell I was like my eyes were wide. I was just like excited.
Exactly. So it's just shit like
And
that. So
then
yeah,
Matt
for you.
Jackson is just like tired as fuck.
Yeah, it makes sense. Just had a match at 6 a.m. I mean, we're tired too, but it's just like a
6
little bit.
a.m.
You mark out a little bit. I feel like we get a little bit of a pass. We get a little bit of a pass sometimes when you're not so down and dirty with it. So
Mm-hmm.
again, Rhea Ripley not gonna sign any more stuff unless it's a personal photo between herself and you. So that's fine. Go to the meet and greets. Go get that. Go get that photo so you can get it signed.
I would love you, Rhea Ripley.
There you go. Last two, and I'll try and plow through this one so we can kind of make this is the WrestleMania week. I don't want to focus on WrestleMania, but of course I brought it up last week somewhat, some way, a little bit, and through the noise, through the crevices, he went ahead and defended himself. CM Punk defending himself through that. What a great picture. CM Punk defending himself through a deleted IG story. Of course, I mean, he knew what he was doing. You throw it up for an hour, it's going to get screen grabbed by everyone. You can take it down, but it's never going to be officially gone.
Mm-hmm.
More or less paraphrasing, just the him not agreeing with Moxley. He's never seen a Rocky movie, which I thought that was probably one of the funniest things out of it. I've never seen a Rocky movie either, so I'm kind of with CM Punk on that end. But yeah, oh man, I don't even know where to really where to dip my toe in this. I was kind of saying it last week that the Bucks and Kenny Omega have been transparent with it essentially the entire time up until literally a week ago or whatever this popped off. CM Punk finally just now wanted to talk about it, and some are speculating that it could be a work because they think that they think CM Punk and Moxley might be good friends, considering him and Renee and AJ Lee are all good friends and stuff like that. So they're thinking it all could be a work slash Punk might be actually getting in the good spirits of coming back. That was also the whole thing. Like he's ready to go. I think the time frame kind of suits that he's healthy and ready to go and kind of wanted to get back in the ring in some sort of capacity. But yeah, I guess I'm just reporting on the falseness of Dave Meltzer saying that he was wanted to do this squash match with Moxley, and then he went ahead and just said to himself that he's not going to put his health over any sort of company ever again. Good for him. That's fine too. But yeah, this is getting I can't really defend anyone either which way. I don't really have like I would love to sit there and be on team CM Punk, but I don't know. I'm just to be on the safe side, I guess, just to pick something. I would love to just say that this is a work and to say that it's gonna be we'll eventually with CM Punk in the ring, but that time is ticking where the fans are gonna want that elite versus CM Punk thing. So that get that rolling if we're doing that. But I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I'm not going to be in that person says, oh, AEW needs CM Punk. It would be nice, considering we're such big fans, Chicago
Yeah.
oriented, and just we think his matches are awesome in general. But I'm all for them just not having to deal with the headache or the pain, or I suppose. So I mean that's basically that. I can only go off what everybody else is saying. And that seems to be that. So hopefully, people don't also like think like, oh, the AEW was asking CM Punk to wrestle on not healthy, not 100%. Oh, that doesn't look good. So if they're asking CM Punk to do that, maybe they've asked others. Maybe if others have already obliged not to compete or to compete, not 100% completely cleared. So I don't know. This kind of could raise a lot of questions. What was your overall thoughts, feelings, opinions on the whole thing?
Um. Yeah. I mean, I can't tell what if it's a work or real at this point anymore. Which I guess I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. If it
Yeah.
is a work, then it's a good thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know what to think anymore. I mean, CM. CM Punk, yeah, like you said, him posting that, like he obviously knew everyone was gonna see it, and then like I hate when people do that, like oh yeah, I deleted it, nope, I didn't
And
post
then he
that,
also
like yes,
followed
you
it up with the "I'm getting too old for this shit" post. Like, really?
did.
You are, but you exactly like you knew what you were doing. If you were gonna post this, and then you knew where you were gonna get a bunch of screen caps and all the other. I mean, it was a slow day in the wrestling business, even though it's got WrestleMania right around the corner. A little bit of a slow weekend. You knew all the wrestling sites were gonna run with this. All the dirt sheets were gonna run
And
with this.
again, another thing when like he's saying John Moxley refused to lose to him, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that was also some other thing too. It's like I've never had someone refuse to lose to me. I think Triple H refused to lose to you. I think there are a couple people that refused to lose to you in WWE, but yeah, it's kind of yeah. Again, it's hard to sit there and be like, oh, I need to defend CM Punk. It's just I need to
But I
see this
also,
play
yeah, I
out.
could also see that with why John Moxley? Why don't you want to lose to CM Punk? He's
Yeah,
one
that
of the
too.
most popular people in AEW. Again, it's just like people have to put their egos aside sometimes. It's like, I
Yeah.
mean, unless CM Punk is legitimately, it's like I just don't know. Unless he was like legit, and it's like a bad dude, bad in
Yeah,
the
if he's this
backstage or something.
psychotic Ellen DeGeneres person backstage where he's just torturing people left and right, and he's got a bad rap, and it was, of course, with all of this popping out, they're like, oh, the 11, 12, 13 wrestlers that CM Punk isn't friends with, and they're like, oh, Seth Rollins, Hornswoggle, Lana, or shit like that. She was like, okay. She's like, okay, he's not a lot of other wrestlers are friends with other wrestlers and shit like that. So I mean, you can argue a bunch of things in a bunch of different directions, and I guess just the big thing and the big main point is just simply Dave Meltzer continues to lose credibility left and right. In my
Hmm.
mind, whether or not this is true from Punk's end or it's right from the Elite's end of what actually happened, for Dave Meltzer to continue to just report just freely, just without contacting anybody, that this is what happens and this is for, and he just speaks in certainties. Uh, and again, when people actually finally call him out, and nothing is really done, and people still pay for the Wrestling Observer, and I'm not saying it's a
Yeah.
bad product. I still check in and watch clips from time to time. I like watching Brian Alvarez. He's pretty good, but to just continue to like blindly follow everything that Dave Meltzer says, and like again, and when it comes down to just that, or even to ratings, like, oh, this is a 5-star, this is a 6-star, this is a 7-star match. No, it does, like I said, for the most part, it benefits AEW giving them these 5-star matches, but like you're also a person with your own opinion. You don't need to blindly follow this 60-year-old man. So I think I think that's my big takeaway, and what others probably should take away too. Whether or not you're pro CM Punk, anti CM Punk, pro Elite, anti Elite, it should be at this point like, Dave Meltzer. My eyes are on you. The magnifying glass is kind of on you now. You need to start being correct if you're going to be this wrestling guru slash big inside guy, newsletter type guy. I'm sure for the most part, 60% of the time he's probably telling the truth, but that other 40%, what are you doing? What are you doing over there, Davey? You gotta fix it up. Fix it up.
He
That's
needs
big.
those clicks, man.
That's true. That's true. And I mean, it could be all sorts of things that you hear. I'll still listen to Cornette when stuff like this goes down, when he wants to talk about Meltzer, or if he talks about shit stain Vince Russo or some shit like that. Uh, he's just like, sometimes he kind of just feels like he's been around, swimming in his own and watching his own bullshit, reading his own shit, that like you kind of just fall for it or something like that. So maybe it's something like that. Like he loves the smell of his own farts so much that he's
Oh
just
my
finally starting to believe it all. So I don't know. I don't have this big anti Dave Meltzer thing, I guess, but I'm also kind of just like, hey, if you're the big credibility guy, you got to start being 100%. And when these wrestlers are calling you out, a lot of them, not just like one, it's a lot of people that are just like, hey, that didn't happen. The Wrestling Observer got this wrong, or something like that. So
hmm
got to be right. I know it's tough on me. I've been right, I've been wrong on here a lot of times, just in terms of reporting, but just I don't. I also don't claim. I don't have a check mark next to my name on Twitter yet. Just so that's that's what I would say. Either way, I mean, there's that. There was I didn't read it exact either, but there was the Shawn Michaels story that he told, and I wish I did in preparation for the show, but it was such a long thing, and I had just gotten so tired throughout my day. I was like, I don't care. I just don't care. Reading through all the wrestling drama throughout Twitter and my Facebook, I was just like, I don't care. That was the tipping point. So, any final thoughts, CM Punk in general, before we blow through this WrestleMania card?
Yeah, I mean, you're still awesome, CM Punk, but I just hope that this whole situation can get resolved or just discussed so we can understand what's going on more, because I don't know.
I think it can. I think it can just solely because I think CM Punk. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that at the end of the day, he still wants to have some sort of good light on his God, no, why are
I
words
guess
why
character,
yeah,
like,
on just on his legacy. Just I want
yeah,
his lasting legacy can't be him getting hurt and having to relinquish the title and then him having this all out scrum. Like I think
that's true.
yeah,
'Cause
he
that's
might
what
play
everyone's gonna remember. Everyone always
exactly.
remembers the last thing.
Exactly. Like he's gonna want to do something somewhere. Hopefully it's an AEW. I think he can. I think they're smart enough to get it done. I think Tony Khan should be smart enough to know that CM Punk is still good for the business, good for AEW, and can still move seats and put make money. So I think and having him there in AEW is much more beneficial than him going anywhere else. So I think that's in the cards.
He's
Yeah, I
already
think
got stuff that he built up here.
yeah. I mean, cooler heads should prevail. I mean, there's already I mean, I just pre-ordered there's a ringside collectibles it's exclusive with CM Punk that just dropped. So I
Hmm.
mean, there's still dropping CM Punk toys and merch is still not being posted, but it's still very much like on their page, even though the Young Bucks and the Elite blocked his picture on the truck during Dynamite when they were getting put in the ambulance. They blocked his face on the truck,
Yeah,
but
that was funny.
again, it's just maybe subtle jabs like that like do they want him off air or are they playing it up to get him pissed off or to make him look bad or to just get the marks going online like they are. So that's basically where it lies. I'm all for letting it play out. I'm not going to sit here and be pissy until all is said and finally done, to where it's like, hey, CM Punk posted I'm back, or CM Punk posted
No, they would just have to
thank you,
bring
I'm
him,
done.
like, he would just have to show up at some point at the end of some pay-per-view or some,
Yeah, yeah. I
like,
hope maybe.
it would somehow, he would be able to somehow have another, like, crazy return that everybody would go insane for.
Yeah, yeah. I think that would be pretty good. Yeah, I think that should be in the cards. I think maybe Kenny Omega gets on his little alluding to a singles run, get him in a singles champ. Maybe I don't know after this four pillars storyline, maybe get Omega back in the title picture, and then boom, out comes Punk after. I mean, whoever wins doesn't matter if MJF retains or if Omega wins. It'd be pretty good either way.
Hmm.
All righty. If you're good on that, we can finish off with a WrestleMania card. Or not our WrestleMania card, Triple H's WrestleMania card. And they're going to Hollywood, baby. I wish I dressed up like any other of the I wish I dressed up like a famous actor. I got my good shirt. I just got my Benetti shirt on today. Benetti. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I liked some of the pics or some of the preview movie dubs have been okay. I still kind of like WrestleMania 21s when they had the Pulp Fiction Booker T and Eddie Guerrero. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So just shit like that. I mean, either way, it seems like it's gonna be pretty good. Let me see. My only takeaways just so far. Oh my goodness! Of course, they're gonna throw me a KFC double down chicken sandwich ad right as I click on the
Oh,
thing. Let's see.
tempting.
It can go, I'll probably say, just from the lighter end, lighter card side to probably the main event esque. The card I'm looking at hasn't divided it, or if they even know what night 1 and night 2 are going to be just yet. Hasn't really been decided, other than most likely Rhea Ripley and Charlotte main eventing one night, followed by Cody and Roman Reigns main eventing the other night. So
Yeah,
that's
I think
probably
we
what it's
know
going to be.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if so facto, you would assume that Bianca Belair and Asuka would be on the opposite night of the other women's world title match, so on and so forth. So I mean, yeah, I think we can just kind of go through just the matches in general. As we know, as of right now, we don't know which night is which night officially. All we know is I mean, again, not for Scherzen, but they did mention it on Raw. Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley's match just not on what I'm looking at. And this was updated 8 hours ago. Not on the card that I'm looking at. Wasn't mentioned, like I just said, on Raw at all. Scrapping it due to Bray Wyatt being hurt or just creative differences. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I'm okay with that because I'm don't really like the whole Bray Wyatt. He controls the weather type deal. That's his gimmick or whatever. I don't know. He's just a magic man. I'm okay with that not being a match. Any thoughts on that? Maybe it's just a big like oof, a big all this preparation for a whole bunch of nothing. How do you feel on
Screw that. I think
that?
I've never been the biggest fan of Bray Wyatt. I don't know. I don't get all the hype behind him. I honestly don't think he's the best wrestler anyway, so
Oh
I
no,
don't
not
know.
by any means. He's similar to John Cena. If we're talking 5 moves of doom, he's got the Sister Abigail. He's got the big like a big that cross body tackle that he does. He just then he I mean, if you
The
want to even
upside
consider
down
him
crawl.
crawling upside down as a move, if you want to consider that. That's about it. That's really all my Bray Wyatt the Fiend repertoire, and then he does the mandible claw when he's the Fiend. So I
He's
don't.
also very loud when he's wrestling.
Yeah. He's like a female tennis player in the ring. Yeah, yeah. And he's making his grunts. He's making his noise. He's letting you know that he's in the ring and he's performing. So I mean, I don't know.
I'll
It's
never
nothing.
forget him and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. The bugs in the ring projected from oh, there's bugs in the ring. Oh, no, there isn't. I just hate him so much. It's a knockoff Undertaker character that's not even close to being what he was.
Yeah, and then just him when he was Bray Wyatt, when he was just the head of the fucking Wyatt family, just talking in riddles. That you can only get so far with it. That was cool for only so long. I mean, when you're just like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm not following any more fireflies if you're just not gonna speak English when you're talking to me, dude.
Hmm.
You gotta make sense. Make the sense when you're talking to me. I mean, we're speaking the same language, but I don't even know what you're saying half the time. So that's what I'm
Yeah, he's
saying.
always talking in riddles.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm okay with that. In terms of dropping the ball on some people, Bobby Lashley, he's still is whatever he might be 40 something years old, but dude, this guy's a beast. You put him in the ring. I know he just had the title not too long ago, but damn, kind of dropping the ball with Bobby Lashley in my
Yeah,
mind.
could have got him
Um,
versus Brock Lesnar in WrestleMania or something,
yeah,
but we get Brock Lesnar versus
Yeah,
Omos.
Brock Lesnar versus Omos. And I mean, I was saying this jokingly because I think it was put up fake on Twitter. If you put Limp Bizkit's My Way up like and then put that song on any wrestling match trailer, it might go down as the best match of all time, but yeah, even if you put My Way to to Omos and Brock Lesnar's match, not going to be a fan of this one anytime soon. I mean, this just sounds like a car crash. They're going to be it's going to be height comparison, big punch. Oh, that didn't affect him. Big punch. Oh, that didn't affect him. And then he's going to break him down, F5, 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 done. That's going to be the match. I mean, it's as
Yeah.
simple as that.
Maybe like spear him through the barricade
Yeah.
outside or
You'll get a couple
something.
big man spots like that. Anything if it goes longer than 7 minutes, I don't even know what I'll do. I'll buy all our subscribers fucking pizza for a year. I don't know.
Yeah,
There
if
you go.
if it will not be longer than 7 or 10 minutes for sure. It will
There's no
definitely be like a
way.
5 or 6 minute match because it
Yeah.
always is.
Yeah, exactly. If they go longer than that, they go Bryan Danielson, MJF type length, Iron Man match type length. I'll freak the fuck
They
out.
should just make almost like beat him in 10 seconds or something.
Oh man, that would be bonkos. That would become the number one mania moment on our list for me. And if that happened, that would automatically we have to just do the entire list over again, have the entire episode scratched.
Build around almost.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that just sounds crazy. Other matches that I'm kind, yeah. I mean, if you're good on Omos and Lesnar,
Yeah.
there's these two throwaway quadruple tag team matches, both on the women and med side. Do they even have? Yeah, special four-way tag match announced for the card, giving some roster staples a chance to showcase their skills. It's not even for the titles or a number one
It's
contendership.
not?
No, it's not for anything. Braun Strowman and Ricochet, Street Profits, Alpha Academy, and Viking Raiders. And isn't Alpha Academy? It's not. It's not even. It's Chad Gable and Otis.
Yeah.
What are they doing, dude?
Yeah, Otis, he's been hanging out with Mansoor
Oh
and
yeah, and then the guy who likes to bring out his titties and smack him in the face, or what was that? Oh, is that him, right? Yeah, what the hell was that all about? They're gonna complain about Chris Jericho going in slow motion, but this guy just smacked him with his tits. Okay, all right, yeah, all right, we'll just be okay with
you
that.
liked that guy?
No, I didn't. I didn't like a single second of it. Was
Yeah,
not a fan.
I wasn't the biggest fan of that.
Yeah, no, keep your tits to yourself, dude. I'm
Oh,
okay.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was hitting him like it was the 1, 2,
Yeah, like
3.
we're gonna count to that. I'm just going, no, 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 no. I'm not counting nothing. I'll say no. That's what I get. And
Rooted for
then
the bad guy.
yeah, to counter it again, another throwaway, doesn't really matter type deal. Again, I don't even know if it's for the women's tag titles or if it's yeah, again, just it says in the description just to showcase some talent. It doesn't even say it's for the titles or a number one contender. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, I didn't know they were a tag team.
They
Natalia and
aren't.
Shotzi, didn't know they were a tag team. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, didn't know they were a tag team. And Shayna Baszler with Ronda Rousey in probably what I was saying earlier is like, what are you doing? What are you doing with Ronda Rousey? Just a throwaway match. It's bad enough that we're getting Becky Lynch in a throwaway match, I would say. Yeah, I'm not really, Lita and Trish are cool, but that was back in the day, dude. No one asked for this. No one wanted this like nostalgia, bring them back moments type deal. No, I don't. We don't care. Truthfully, I don't care. Don't want this. But then just to see that this talent. This talent that you have right in front of you is being in these throwaway tag team matches. It seems a little elevation dark-esque when AEW would just start throwing these fucking quadruple tag matches together, these 4 8-man tags all together, all for nothing, really all for nothing. And I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm not the biggest Ronda Rousey fan, but in terms of just name quality, she may or may not have had one of the best debuts in history, and then just to follow it up with a couple years later, she just can't really deal with fans hating on her, can't deal with really anything. Doesn't seem like she has any passion left. And just to see her in this throwaway tag team match, I think that about sums it up.
Yeah.
Don't really want to spend any more time on
At
that. If
least
you got it,
she's tagging up with her friend.
good for her. Good for her.
That's yeah, those matches are useless.
Yeah, as long as you're with your friends, I suppose. One I shot over before I get to the bigger ones. I think this one actually ought to be good, and it could be big in terms of like, all right, we finally got to put this kid over, or hopefully, again, all this effort finally pays off. Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio. I think this could be good in terms of if they just make Dom just absolutely just piss on Rey and make him look all bad in all sorts of ways, not bad in like a professional way, like just really get the heat on Dominic. Just every single time, like he's going for a move, just fucking undercut him. Like, that's your dad, dude. You're gonna fuck up your dad. Your dad's had surgery in his left knee 9 times. Whatever he says in that one, like, don't try it at home video, or something like that. But just if they lay it on him and just really get the heat, I feel like this could be a good, you know, change of the guard, passing of the torch type deal. Whether or not he's really truly, got the full talent down there, this could be the full push in the terms of like, all right, he can carry being hated and being just dealing with the crowd or something like that. And then the experience and the getting better still, it can come later. He's still a pretty young kid, so I think this match potentially, in terms of like, is it going to be the greatest match? No, but in terms of can it push the storyline the most forward and make me either hate, love, or do something in terms of this has the most potential right here. So there you go, right there. And any thoughts on Mysterio versus Mysterio?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the storyline watching from the outside in because I mean I really am not the biggest watcher, but I always watch the pay-per-views and stuff, but I'm more into AEW, honestly. But
Of course.
we were all wrestling fans here, so I'll watch any wrestling. But I really have liked the build up. I mean, they've been building it up for a while now, so I always like
I mean, yeah.
long term
Since the
storytelling like
holidays, they had the Thanksgiving thing where he got arrested. They had the
that.
Christmas thing too, where they had the home invasion type deal and they beat everybody up. That
Hmm.
obviously that led to Dominic Mysterio being lockup Dom or whatever it was he got, and he was in jail, prison
Prison
Dominic
Diamond.
Mysterio. So I mean, when it's a fun storyline like that, and you've got stuff from like the yes mommy, yes mammy, yes mommy from the Rhea Ripley
Hmm.
thing, or exactly that. You got the prison Dom, the prison, almost like the prison Mike from The Office type deal. That's fun. That's fun shit, and it also and when you can finish it off, capitalize, exclamation, end it with an exclamation point, like, oh, at the end of the day, like, this is a kid, a legit son versus his dad deal, and they could really turn up the heat and really like make it look like they hate each other in some sort of sense. Do that. Obviously, we obviously know Ray loves his fucking kids, so it's not gonna be like anything. And he's
Like there's a
got,
dream. There's a dream for them, man.
yeah,
You know, they're
exactly.
probably talking about this right now. Like we're really
Yeah,
about to fight each other at WrestleMania. Like,
yeah. And I'm like, what would be a more like fulfilling thing than putting your son over at WrestleMania? I don't know. Again, and he's not like, kind of the thing where he's on his way out. You always end on your back type deal when you're a wrestler. It might not be, a curtain call or final hoorah for Rey Mysterio, but if this would be the thing to go out on. Your kid ended your career or something like that.
hmm.
Seems pretty cool, and it gets enough heat on Dominic Mysterio that it's like, oh fuck, I can kind of care about it again. Like, I don't think he's necessarily the greatest wrestler. He's still got a lot of promo skills to work on for sure, but again, make me care, and they can make me care right here. So I think
I
that's
think Dominic should come out to Eddie Guerrero's theme
oh,
song
that would be fucking good. That'd be pretty good.
in a low rider.
Just anything to be just as I'm all for anything to be as disrespectful as possible. I'm in my mind. There's nothing off limits in this match. It can come out with an Eddie Guerrero mask on or something like that or whatever. Just go full Viva la Raza.
He
Just
keeps mentioning Eddie in his promos and stuff. I noticed, so they're not afraid to like mention
yeah.
him.
Oh
Shit.
yeah,
So,
no,
I mean,
absolutely. I think as long as they're somewhat respectful, and they have been.
and
It's more or
everybody
less been,
knows
yeah.
Eddie's theme song. Like I lie, I
Exactly.
cheat, I steal.
So
That
there
would be
you go.
awesome, man. People
Yeah.
would love that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's either you're gonna like it, like a guy like me who just wants to see the blood boil, or you're gonna hate it because you're like, I like Rey Mysterio, and you're just so wrapped up into it, and you're gonna be
Yeah,
maybe
people. There's obviously there
blindsided.
would be people for sure that's like that's disrespectful. I'd be
Exactly.
like, no, it isn't.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's not disrespectful when they both agree on it. Like, exactly. It's just whatever. It's what you think, and that's the best part of it. Let's see if you're good on that match right there. I think another one under the radar could be pretty solid undercard type deal. Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus
Mm.
Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. I mean, I would hope and just assume that Gunther's probably going to retain. They're going for that honky tonk record. But again, I'm also okay if he loses the strap. Only assuming that if he does lose, he's going on to bigger and better things, i.e., the Universal / World Heavyweight Championship against whoever that may be at the end of the 2 nights, Roman or Cody. So I think this is another good in terms of like, there's no real storyline or whatever it may be. There's not a groundbreaking story here, but in terms of who can put on a performance, these 3 can run away with it right here. So I
Oh
think
yeah.
this triple threat is going to be another one high on my list. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean this is going to be awesome. Again, I didn't really see too much building up to it. I just saw like them posted on Instagram like this official triple threat, and I was like, holy shit, this is going to be
Yeah.
wild. And Sheamus and Gunther have already fought each other, and Gunther and Drew McIntyre have already fought each other, and they were both fucking crazy. So, and putting them in a triple threat,
Yeah, didn't
they're
they I'm sorry, but yeah, it wasn't Sheamus versus Gunther on SmackDown. That was Dave Meltzer and them. They gave him a pretty high rating in terms of that. In
mm-hmm.
terms of a SmackDown like star rating that hasn't been that high in some
And yeah, I
years.
don't know if he fought Drew or Sheamus at Clash at the Castle when
It
they
was
were
Drew,
in.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh
so
no. I think it was Sheamus. I think Drew had the Roman Reigns match, if I'm not
okay, yeah,
mistaken.
so yeah, so yeah, and I just remember he fought Drew at some point
Yeah, he
also,
did.
but
He definitely did. Yeah.
they've had great matches, and I know that they're gonna go all out and fucking not hold back against each other. So
Oh yeah.
those are matches that you look forward to as a fan too, like fucking like when it's Ishii or and Eddie Kingston and shit. It's like we know that these two motherfuckers are just gonna beat the shit out of each
Oh
other.
yeah.
And it's
And
like
it's gonna be
it's all for that.
I can only hope that that match maybe opens night 1 or night 2. I think that needs to be a prime opener for whatever night. Doesn't matter which one. I think that should be a solid opener. Get the night get the night off right off into a good start. That would be just kick it off into a good attitude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. After that, kind of like I said, gonna plow through those 2 matches. I'm not like I said, I had nothing really on Becky Lynch and Lita and Trish versus Damage Control. You got anything on that?
Not
I'm
really. I
yeah.
like I like Trish Stratus though. I know you were hating on them earlier, and I
Hey, I
do.
mean, not anything that they. It's just like I
It
don't need them
doesn't
now.
it
I don't need
doesn't
them now.
doesn't help anybody really.
Yeah,
But
that's kind of my sense. Them coming back isn't bringing me back into like, oh, I need to go watch that. It's just like you've had your time, you've been there, done that. I don't really see the need. I feel like Becky Lynch could be doing something on her own. I feel like that should have been the focal point, not needing to go back into the well like, hey, remember this, remember that. I don't know. Again, it's not. Hopefully it doesn't get misconstrued as like, oh, I don't like Lita and Trish.
no, that's yeah, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. No, I do. Again, I respect. They were one of my favorite feuds back in the day. I mean, growing up watching them on I guess you said alluded to earlier on the Spike TV Raw back in the day. Like that was
That's the kind of match where you also like that Trish and Lita and Becky are gonna win.
yeah,
Like it's like 'cause
exactly. Like
if
we
Damage
know that's gonna
Control
be
won, then that would maybe help them because they're legends and shit.
yeah.
But it's this is
That's
something
going
where
to
I
be the match
just
before the main event. That's going to be that type. It's just going to be a filler match. It's just going to be simply get your popcorn, get your drinks, and if like you want to stick around for the nostalgia of Lita and Trish Stratus, feel free. You're going to miss out on your potty break. That's about it. If you're good on that, I got
yeah.
Edge and Finn Balor in the Hell in a Cell. Rest in peace to the Red Ring, a Hell in a Cell. Not bringing that back. They're bringing back the original one from the reports. So
Good.
I think that's going to be awesome. That's going to be fun. Again, storyline has been they've been at it back and forth since Royal Rumbles and stuff like that. Just because it's been a little long, just because Edge got hurt in between, and that happens. That he's a little older, or whatnot. But
This has been going on for a minute since Finn Balor since he joined the Judgment Day and turned on Edge, which I don't
yeah,
remember exactly when that happened,
it's
but
been some time now, yeah. And again, when they're able to have like stories within storylines within the same faction, you got Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio going off and doing their own thing, and then you got, I guess, like I just said, Damian Priest and Finn Balor having to deal with Edge still or whatever the fuck. So I don't know. Again, in terms of storyline gripping me in, no, but I know that these two are probably going to put on a pretty solid performance. If we're going to get Demon Finn Balor even more cooler, I know it kind of counters my thing of like, oh, didn't you just say like you don't like the mystical type wrestlers like Bray Wyatt? No, but I feel like when you get Demon Finn Balor, you get a more edgier Finn Balor or whatever the fuck. So that's fine. I guess that's fine. He doesn't really play up the mysterious like, oh, look over there, and then he disappears
That's
type shit.
true.
He
Yeah.
doesn't he doesn't really do that. So I can kind of deal with that. Again, and then putting Edge in a Hell in a Cell. He's been there. He's gonna know. He's probably gonna lead the match and everything. So that's gonna be pretty fun. Haven't had a Hell in a Cell outside the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in probably some time. So that seems pretty cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm really excited for that. When
yeah.
you have a unique match like Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania, I don't even care what the story is. Like, just let me see that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Got a couple more that we can plow through. Let's see. There we go. We got the damage control. Been there, done that. Austin Theory, Cena, for the United States title. I don't know. Somehow, some way, Austin Theory is going to have to retain this title. Maybe it's by disqualification, or I guess maybe if he does just get a clean pin over John Cena.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm thinking. I mean, what does John Cena gain from winning? Nothing at all.
Yeah, true.
Austin
Yeah, truly.
Theory's the up and coming guy. He needs, I mean, that's what, once I saw that this was announced, like Austin Theory has to win this match. He gains nothing if it doesn't end in that way. And
Yeah.
like, I guess he could have some sort of dirty win, like without the ref looking at the low blow or something, but he has to win, yeah. Like it can't be a disqualification. Like he has to win this match. He has to like be standing over John Cena
Yeah.
with the title. Like,
And
cause he,
even if they want to play it like Cena was getting like, oh, the referee gets knocked out due to what Austin Theory did, and then Cena hits him with a FU with an attitude adjustment, gets him
hmm
on for the pin, and then the crowd
the
goes
typical
one,
one,
two,
two,
three,
three,
four,
four.
five. He technically won. He would have been champ. And he goes over and revives the ref. Austin Theory hits him with a low blow or
Or the
something.
vintage tapping out to the
Yeah, exactly.
SCFU while the ref
Yeah.
is not down or something.
Exactly. I'm sure something funky will happen if they're going to give him a clean pin, a clean win. They will still have some sort of out, even if it is a part-time John Cena. I think that kind of makes sense and somewhat kind of related to Mysterio versus Mysterio. You should put over the young talent in this sense. Yeah, it makes doesn't benefit the older guy in this sense to have him win. Doesn't matter if they lose, really. So there you go. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of good right there. Let's see, Rollins and Logan Paul. I think I made mention too when it was announced that I was like, I'm not going to be too excited. And again, I'm kind of in that same sort of boat of the storyline isn't wrapping me up and drawing me in. I just know that there's going to be some sort of crazy spot that Logan Paul and Seth Rollins have been looking forward to. So there's just going to be exactly that. They're going to have their match. It'll be nice and good spots and callbacks to all their drama that they've been talking shit back and forth between themselves. Probably a stolen move from here, a stolen move from there, and it's gonna end with some sort of crazy spot. So hey, I mean, again, if you're Logan Paul is an asswipe, but he's a good promoter, a good booker. Uh, we'll see what happens in terms of his WrestleMania moment. I guess. Any thoughts on that?
Um, yeah, I mean, hopefully it's a fun match. I think it will be, and hopefully Seth wins because I
Yeah,
fuck Logan Paul. I really hope he doesn't. This is
I
one where
think
I
too.
hope that the younger talent doesn't. I hope that Seth does not put over Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's the complete opposite thing here where we got Logan Paul where if he loses, it's kind of it doesn't matter. And then yeah, it would be a huge detriment to Seth Rollins, who for some who just think that he's been like carrying WWE on his back these past couple of years to get a loss right there would be pretty bad. So I'm kind of in the
Yeah,
same
that'd
boat
be
as you.
fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Probably Seth Rollins going to get a win right there. I think that's going to be all for that. Already talked Lesnar almost. It doesn't matter what that. It does not matter. Let's see. And then for the tag titles, Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I mean, just for the sake of we're not going to get Sami Zayn in any sort of, Roman Reigns type deal like we all wanted to. Like this whole bloodline storyline should have ended with, but I guess we're going to get some sort of satisfaction with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn reuniting and most likely going to win the titles. I would think maybe I would just leaning on that. In terms of what, yeah, again, just the storyline will get the crowd involved enough for them, and it'll be a hot crowd. I'm sure. A lot of chants, a lot of Sammy woohoos. That whoa, that thing. That's going to
Hmm.
be a wild entrance for that one. And yeah, I mean, again, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, they don't seem to miss, and the Usos are a very good tag team. So having this match together, while it might not be the cherry on top of this bloodline storyline that everyone wants, it'll still be a pretty satisfactory match. I think we'll be looking forward to that. Any thoughts in there?
Yeah, I think that should be another good one. I mean, honestly, this should be a really fun WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Um, we've been building that storyline up for a very long time as well, so that should be good. And yeah, I mean, I genuinely don't know. I would assume that their titles are going to switch hands, and I don't know what's going to happen with Roman either, but we'll get into that. But
Yeah, we got two more right here. The Raw and the SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair versus Asuka. I'm again not too much. The storyline isn't really portraying anyone as a heel or a face necessarily. I kind of just I feel like we've seen this match, and not to hate on it or any sort of sense, but just like I think we've seen Bianca versus Asuka. Probably know what we're gonna get out of these two. Is it gonna be entertaining and hold up? Yeah, probably, but again, I wouldn't put it past, if everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna skip this match, or I'm gonna go take a shower during this match or something. I'm gonna go do my taxes during this match. I'm not gonna hold your hand above the fire and say like, hey, you gotta watch this. If you want to, you want to. If you don't, you don't. I'm all for it. But either way, should be an okay match. Kind of like I said, just more or less filling up the storyline, making sure that everyone gets to where they need to go. Any thoughts on Bianca versus Asuka? I know you're not a big Asuka fan.
yeah, I don't know. I don't find her that exciting. I don't know.
Yeah, no, the weird what she was doing her whole regular gimmick until basically 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then now she's Hitman Asuka for some reason. Don't really understand the sudden drastic character change and wardrobe change, but hey, that's fine. Again, if we want to establish who's who in this sort of situation, that's fine. I'm okay. That's fine with me. Not no skin off my bones here. Uh, Charlotte versus Rhea. Rhea's got to win. Simply put,
Yeah.
Rhea deserves it. She needs it. Charlotte has had the title 25,000 times. If she's there or not doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, this is going to be a fun match. It's going to be probably 1A, 1B in terms of talent in the women's division, just across all companies, and just being honest right there. So this is going to be a prime match to watch, even if you're like, oh, I don't follow the women's division, or I just don't watch women's wrestling in general. This is the match that you should buckle down and watch, because this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be good. These are two gals that, I mean, they I think again, take it as it is. The best compliment in the wrestling industry, from my understanding, is if you're a woman, if you hear you work like a guy, that's a big compliment. Both these can work like a guy and make it realistic, and you're like, they're gonna hit each other. They're big enough that like then they're gonna put some oomph in those punches, those hits. So and it's gonna be making sense. It's not like what we always make fun of, and I mean it's what I do. When they're 5 foot nothing, it means absolutely nothing to me. But they're both pretty statured, pretty big individuals. So pretty good. I think, like I said, can be competitive and actually make sense that these two are in this match. And again, if you want to hate on it for being a main event match on one of the nights, you also got to consider that Rhea Ripley won the Royal Rumble. That needs to mean something. So there you go. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. Rhea's got to win. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, Rhea's got to win this one. I mean, I'm a big Rhea fan, and they have been building this up since COVID. I mean, since COVID WrestleMania, when Charlotte beat Rhea in the no fans WrestleMania. But
Yeah.
now she can get her chance to have her moment in front of all the fans. So
True.
I think that will be cool. And I already know she's gonna win and she's gonna get emotional. So I love stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
you know that they genuinely mean it.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. And like I said, they either way kind of. I mean, Charlotte, she's had hers. Let Rhea finally win it or whatever. So I think this is good move on there. Probably going to be tons of false finishes and stuff like that to
Rhea's never
really.
won the title, I don't think so.
Yeah, and if she has or hasn't, she probably didn't have it for very long. I honestly don't know. I know she's had the NXT championship.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever won the like SmackDown or Raw Women's
no, I
Championship,
can't. No, I can't think of it as of no. I don't know.
which
I
is
feel like
fucked
Bianca's
up
had it for a
because
long
she's
time.
yeah.
In Rhea's time on the main roster, I feel
And
like
it's
it's been
either
like
always been Charlotte, Sasha,
Ronda.
or
Yeah,
Becky.
yeah, Becky. Yeah,
And
yeah,
Ronda, yeah. So I feel like she's never had it, and which is fucked up because she deserves it. She's
yeah,
one of the best people on the roster, and
yeah.
like she's built as fuck. So
Yeah, I mean, again, just in terms of like, I can believe that they're gonna have a match. That makes sense to me. When you're putting up Raquel Rodriguez, who's 6 foot tall, against whatever 5 foot nothing Dakota Kai, like that's not gonna draw me in. That doesn't make sense to me. Like every single time Raquel Rodriguez in real life would just pick her up by her fucking head and just slam her on the ground like the mountain from Game of Thrones. So it's just stuff like that. It's just like I don't know. It's just when we can actually make a good matchup and make it make sense. That's when women's wrestling is good. So I don't know. So
oh yeah.
call me ignorant or whatever it is. That's what's palatable and that's what makes the most sense. So there you go. Last match and what will probably be the main event of the final night. We can only assume Roman versus Cody. And again, like I can quickly hold on, let me make sure that's all we have as of right now. I don't think I breezed through any other match. Mysterio, the two 4-way tag matches that don't matter, triple threat for the IC. Finn and Edge, yep. Damage control, who cares? Austin, John Cena, oh yeah. Rollins, Logan Paul, we got it. Lesnar, almost, who cares? I almost care about that one. Usos, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, that ought to be okay. Yep. All right, here we go. Last one to talk about. Sorry for all that one. Sorry for all that one, folks. Yeah, Roman versus Cody. Uh, there you go. There you go. Perfect right there. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, obviously they can't go wrong either way. They're gonna try and do their best to just consider. I mean, okay. I mean, simply put, obviously Cody wins. You get the whole American dream has come true. A young boy has finally completed his dream. He can rally around and have his father come down and shine upon him and all this and that.
It's old
So
timey.
yeah. Sorry, yeah, I did put on my 1950s radio voice for that one, but I mean, we see the benefit from that, obviously. But yeah, on the flip side, if Roman does end up winning, it's just like, what do you do from there? I mean, who else can he beat? Who else should he beat? What else? What's the next milestone? I don't know. And they're like, oh, he's going to be the longest champion ever. I mean, he would need another 5 years as champion to even come close to the actual record, from my understanding. So I don't think
Wow.
that's in the cards. So yeah, as much as AEW stands, marks, or whatever you want to call us, are gonna not like it, I suppose. I think they're probably going to give Cody the strap, and it's just going to be this, that, and the other. They've talked a bunch of things of like, oh, they're gonna move the belts, or they're gonna pull it away and have them two separate belts again. They're talking a lot of things that can shake up and rattle up after the draft, the WWE draft, not just the NBA or NFL
Triple
draft.
H just approved a new championship design. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So I mean, the tons of talks like that. I mean, when you hear stuff like that, can only assume that, yeah, probably the big title is going to change hands in some sort of sense. So I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm sure Cody will be just fine with it. From my understanding, is the reports are that he's selling a lot of merch, so that's good for the company, the most out of anybody possibly, compared to just everyone that's in there currently. So I mean, it's going to be good for their marketing. He's good for the kids. He doesn't, he's not out there swearing or cussing or nothing. He's cutting a good promo. He's is an okay, palatable, good guy gimmick somewhat. I personally, I'm a little over it. I don't need to see him cry after every promo that he does. That's just kind of what I see every time I see him out there. I just feel like if he's doesn't have tears in his eyes streaming down his face past his bad neck tattoo, then I don't know. I don't really know what's going on, but yeah, Cody, that's fine. If he wins, he wins. It'll be big, and they'll make a big spectacle out of it. It's just in my mind, realistically, like, can Roman lose to a Crossroads as compared to like if Cody lost like a Superman punch? Just the oomph of losing to a Crossroads compared to I don't know if hopefully that makes sense. Just like the impactfulness makes more sense. You got to I don't know. Maybe that's just Cody. You got to give him a better finisher that's this and that. But I don't know. In that really, again, hopefully that makes sense. Like that's Roman's finisher seems like a finisher to me. Like he fucking punches you, knocks your block off, and you're done. Or he spears you. Hits you so hard in the gut you want to throw up your own lungs. And then you got Cody Rhodes. He jumps off the rope and kicks you, and then his final move is he spins you around and you land on your face. Okay, that's how you lose the title. I mean, okay. I mean, I'm sure it'll still get a big pop either way.
And they would do it, I would think, where he would hit him like with this finisher like 3 times.
Oh yeah,
or
he would have to
like...
do. Yeah, it would have to be MJF Revolution type deal where he just grabs him and does it, and he doesn't let go, and he alligator rolls into another one and does it again, and then he does it again, and then they roll outside and do it on the concrete, and then they do it at the top of the Titantron, and then they roll them, and they keep rolling. They just keep rolling. They keep rolling all the way up the ramp, and then they roll and they roll, and they do it in the crowd, and then they just keep rolling. It just have to be something crazy.
Crossroads.
Yeah, exactly. It's just have to be something like that. I mean, I can only imagine that the big pop is going to be crazy when the final 3 happens.
So,
I suppose either way. I mean, so yeah. Any thoughts? I mean, you were just sharing it, of course, but yeah, I'll shoot it over to you for sure. Any thoughts on Rhodes Rowan?
yeah, I mean, this is going to be special for sure, and it's the entrances alone are probably going to cost so much into their budget.
Yeah, they're gonna have giant Roman like they always do. He's gonna
be you got to inflate that Roman. That must take so much time to inflate that up.
I gotta inflate him. I just can only imagine the Usos are there. They don't pay me enough for this shit.
And then when they're done with him, they don't pop him. They just cut the ropes and just let him fly into the sky.
Yeah,
to an airplane.
Yeah, no, all the pyro that SoFi Stadium is going to be blowing off when Cody Rhodes comes in. That's going to blow it up or something. It's going to go down like the Challenger or something like that. It's going to be pretty bad.
And they always they go overboard with both of their entrances. So
without a doubt,
that will be the main event. Second night, it'll be like you said, it will be a spectacle. They'll make a whole thing about it. The entrances will take like fucking 30 minutes alone.
I did see that one thing where they had actual timestamps of like, the longest entrances of like total. And I think Triple H had the most, or no, sorry, it was Undertaker. He was like an hour and a half in terms of total entrance time of all his WrestleManias put together.
Wow.
Like an hour and a half. And then Triple H was behind that. He's had some long entrances. To be fair, he's had, Motorhead perform full-length songs, so that can kind of do you in for 5 minutes.
And he has to wait for the perfect time to spit out the water.
Yeah, exactly. Shawn Michaels is also on this list of just long entrances. I mean, to be fair, he's got some pageantry too. You think I'm cute, you think I'm sexy. He's got to do the.
He's got the 2 fireworks.
Yeah, he's got some pyro too. So I mean, there was that fun one. There was some just good shit going around.
Undertaker. I mean, yeah, he just
walks so slow. The
longest. Yeah.
The lightning. He controls the weather.
Yeah, it's a good ability to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, again, Roman and Cody.
Be special, man.
Yeah, this ought to be good. Yeah, I mean, either way, again, whether you're whether you're sitting there, you're like, oh, Cody's the best because he's this, or you're like, he should have been in AEW. It's going to be good either way. It's going to be fun. This is going to be whatever you think about WWE. This is still the best time for really any wrestling organization. It always brings around all the indie shows that come around at this time, whether in the local area or just sometimes even just in your local area. I think we got a NWA is coming into Chicago. I'm not going to go anytime
Wow.
soon just because I don't like Brodus Clay and Matt Cardona is going to be the main event or something. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
I'm out on that.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'll stick with my CSW. Thank you very much. Having Rhino come
Yes,
back. Yeah, that's actually probably booked better than NWA. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, I think that's yeah, I think we're like you said, we're getting off track here. Seems pretty good. WrestleMania overall. In terms of Triple H's first one, can you give it this or that?
I'm giving it this. I mean, I guess
I'll
we'll be able to talk more about it next episode once it's all
absolutely.
said and done.
Yeah,
But
when all is said and done,
right now, I'm
yeah,
saying it's gonna be one of the better ones from a preview standpoint. I think they have a lot of awesome matches on here that are gonna kick ass. So I'm all in, man.
yeah.
It's always one of my I always love this time, so I'm excited. This weekend's gonna be great.
Yeah, and I think for every, like you said, for every match that we poo-pooed on, there was the other matches like the Dominic and Rey Mysterio, or the Triple Threat, or the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens tag team match that, like I said, that will counter all the bad shit
I think
enough.
the good outweighs the bad. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Whether if you want to look at that, it does need to be AEW has stellar pay-per-views from beginning to end, but to be fair, that's because they were able to book it for 4 months on end. So
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
not everything can be, if you want to look at it through that eyes of like, oh, this is going to be a banger match. Oh, this is going to be a banger match. Oh, this is going to be okay. Well, yeah, some of them are, but some of them are just run of the mill, gotta fill in time type deal. So again, I'm as much as we've been hating or whatever it is, not a big fan, not too much engaged in WWE. I'm looking forward to some matches. I'm obviously not looking forward to the matches that I'm not looking forward to, but like I just said, I think the good of the good will outweigh the bad of the bad. So seems pretty good. And like you just said, next episode 13, we'll go ahead and
Ooh.
recap everything that went down in WrestleMania 39, everything in between. Feel like that's a good wrap up over here. So, episode 12 in the books. Oh, yeah. This is pretty good. Thank you for everyone joining in, watching, subscribing, liking us, sharing us around. Like I said, if you went ahead and do the Bet Rivers thing, bit.ly/no sub bets, go ahead and do that if you're 21 years or older. Thank you for everything. Everyone commenting, like I said, no Troy's phone call, but he always enjoy you listening and getting involved on that end. So thank you, Troy. Alan, hopefully you were taking your notes. Probably wasn't. But either way, we enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Tune in next week for everything in between. Till then, take care of yourself and each other. We'll see you next time.
Oh.
Oh no, and now it's gonna be extended because I didn't hit the pause button until now.